too. Yeah, I like that one. Book talking, isn't that right? That's the truth. That's what they got to do. They got to see us walking. Everybody all right? Yeah, still thinking, considering the world ain't getting no better. Isn't that right? That means we got to make these changes. I appreciate what Mr. Yahuwah is doing for us. Also for those that are watching, I apologize for not returning phone calls. I'm just getting to my voicemail today. I think I got 101. So they going writing them down there, getting them. So most how willing I try to return them back. I try making my business to call back, except for you're a crackpot. I'm the only one I don't try to call back. I just don't have the time. But for other people, there's a lot of people starting to sit back to consider. In these latter days, you know, there's no time now to be playing games. It ain't never been a time to play with your salvation. And that's the truth, especially for our people. Looking at how far we behind on every end, it's definitely time for us to make these adjustments, make sure we're getting it right. It's crucial everywhere. I was looking in London, they got the nurses, the bus drivers, I think the rail drivers, hospital workers, teachers, everybody going on strike for this whole month. Everybody walking out. It ain't just that in other countries too. South Korea, all they truckers done shut down. They on the street. They done. Everybody threatening people with imprisonment. Canada, they bus drive, they truck drivers, they protest. They not showing it to you. They threaten to put the military around them. I mean, it's bad. People tired. People tired of the low wages and high expenses. This is the way they try to make slaves again. If you could take the cost of goods up and you make it where it's unaffordable, think about it. That's how people do with crack. See, all this been experimented the whole time. First, you gave people crack. It was too expensive. When cocaine first came out, it wasn't a habit that people of color could really afford. How they got, when I first started selling cocaine, the smallest amount we sold was $25 bags. So the average black person ain't gonna be able to afford too many of those. So, you know, you'll have some that could, then they broke it down to $10 bag. That didn't make sense though. They're like $10, you gotta wait too long on $10, but $10 wind up being more quick. You know what I'm saying? You find out then they start making $5 bumps. They got people on them. And once people run out of money, now you're ready to sell your sexuality. So you can see where it's been a plot for a long time. If you take the price of goods up and make them where it's unaffordable, you can make people do anything. You can get people to kill each other. I'm telling you. Yeah, also, if y'all, somebody, I think Dwayne sent an ad over this morning where in California, they're getting ready to release all their pedophiles. Yeah, starting next year, all of them will be out of jail. They said the number is alarming. Thousands of them will be released from jail. We're talking about people that molested kids from 14 on down. They're going to be released on the streets. I told everybody to arm yourself with the same mind and with a weapon. Hey, listen, when the government won't fulfill the will of the people, then the people got to invoke it for themselves. If you're just going to let them in out of jail, you're not helping them. You're going to put them right back out here among society, among the people. Listen, I'm a believer in this. Some of them can be helped and probably corrected. Some of them can pick it up as a fad. You got some people, they have just the illness and the sickness of it that's just detrimental to our young people. You can't have grown people sleeping with kids. You just can't have it. And unfortunately, our society thinks it's okay from our president to other people that's in establishmental rule and other people retired. A lot of these people that are doing it, you got military people involved, you got your government, you got your congressmen, you got your senators, you got your celebrities. All these people you look up to, all these people are sick. Most of your celebs are sick. Look at them, they sick. Most of them I forgot the child actor, he's an adult now, he came out and he made a video on YouTube about Tom Hanks. He said everybody knows this. He said everybody know about Tom Hanks. What's his name? Corey? I don't know if it was, I think it was another kid came out. It's two of them. No, that one, of course, another young kid came out. He talked about back, and I think he came up supporting him, saying about how he was molested by him. He said all of them do it. He said Tom Hanks. He said all of them. He said everybody knows this. When it was said that when, quote unquote now, said that when Tom Hanks was supposedly, if y'all remember when COVID came out, he was in some island and claimed he had COVID. They say he didn't have COVID. They were holding him for questioning. He was in Australia. And he claimed they was in isolation over there, talking about they had COVID or something. They were trying to say they was investigating him too. They got an island right over from St. Martin, St. Barks. This is where a bunch of rich white people go. It's a small island. We was gonna go over there to it. They make it where it's unaffordable for you. All of them got a place over there. Oprah Winfrey, Tom Hanks, little small island. You wouldn't go there. You wouldn't even think nothing about it. Too small on the map. A lot of these people hide out just like Jeffrey Epstein did in the Virgin Islands. They've been doing it for years. and this is the sad part, we talk about it, but we don't implement no enforcement. And this is the problem we got when your government doesn't move on things like that. At what time do the people start to unite and say, at this point, we got to take matters in our own hands? You can't have people like this in your society. You're always going to have sick people, but you got to have law and order. And when our government is a part of it and they're allowing their so quote unquote protege to do it, it's time to shut it down. Y'all don't see it that way, do you? You can help something. Let me tell you, a good deterrent on them. When you take these grown bastards and you go ahead and execute them on live TV and put a doll in their lap. So I want to see that doll jump. Hook them up, light them up, and burn them up right there on TV. I guarantee a bunch of other ones will take another thought about it. You know what you take from a child when you do stuff like that? You just totally just rip their whole mindset. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that they think it's okay to just release them back and put them back on us and be a detriment to our kids, that's scary. But then you got to look at the people. The people don't care. The people didn't care when they let all these homosexual ways out on them. Listen, if you want to be homosexual, I said again, that is your personal, private, at-home choice. Shouldn't be demonstrated in front of us. I'm not for going to nobody else's house trying to find out what they're doing. That's your business. I got a problem you bring it on the street, though. Y'all got it? If you want to smoke crack, you want to get drunk, drive at home. Let's go in your house, put your car in your living room, drive around and tear your furniture and rip your kitchen out. Don't put it on the street and hurt us. It just shouldn't be. It's things you got to implement. Just listen. That's your personal, that's your private situation. It should be done in your private home. They say a man home is a castle. Take it to your castle, not the kids. Leave the kid. Two grown, nasty, filthy, homosexual men and women want to do it. That's your private business in your private place. I don't want to see you sitting at no table doing it. I don't want to see you hunching. I don't want to see you with no rings on and grabbing on each other. I just don't want to see it. It's disgusting. Your own personal issue, do it at your own personal place. They got plenty of homosexual hideout y'all do. The trash can, the gutter. I'm just, man, you got places to do it. Go do it now. Just like prostitution. I don't want to see no prostitute in my neighborhood. I don't want to see you on the street selling your body. I don't feel like it should be criminal. If a man that stupid, he want to pay her, that's your business. What I care about it? That's her body. She can do what she want to do with it. If you stupid enough to pay her, pay her. I don't want to see you on the street in front of my house. I don't want to see in our neighborhood. It need to be somewhere designated where people who want to buy sex, y'all go around. Humbert, where you like to be at? Where you think y'all? Not, I'm saying not you, just you. But I'm saying where you think a good place. If somebody asks you advice, say, let me say some person who I don't know nothing about. Where do you think would be a good place for prostitutes and John to be at? If you just had to just. No, he said, I don't want nobody at my hideout. I don't know what that means. But you know what I'm saying? It's just tiring. Some of the stuff we got going, it makes no sense. It makes no sense in a quote unquote civilized society that we should have some of the stuff we have going on. It just shouldn't happen. You know, we shouldn't have racism, discrimination where it affect people. Not in this day and time, we really shouldn't have it. And the only reason we have it because people of color don't see their net worth, their value. You're not willing to stand up and fight for what you believe. It's going to push to that point. Our liberation, our equality, we'll go to them, we'll talk to them, we'll address it. If they don't take it, we won't back down. How many of y'all on board for that? I won't back down on my right to live. That's retarded. Why would I negotiate with you on my right to exist? What's the negotiate? What's the discuss? What's the get with you for next week about? Why would I put this in writing and give you a few months to sit around and consider it? When I tell you about it, that's what we'll be doing. That's the only plan I'm for. Our people need to come together. We need to talk. Everybody. Drop the hatred you got for me. I drop the hatred I got with you. Let's just fix the situation. Y'all got it? If you want to get on some stupid stuff or you want to pass a national day of smoking weed, I'm not interested. That's your own private. You can smoke weed when you want to. I want to only address the issue. Issues about our liberality, our freedom, our equality, our advancement, our health care. Y'all got it? That's all I want to address. I don't want to address nothing stupid. We need to get a special color we can wear with. That ain't going to change nothing. You wear whatever color you want to. I just want everybody to be right. This the color I'm wearing right now. I wear this every day. I want to be respected wherever I take it. Hello? I'm telling you, the other countries are already up in turmoil now. It ain't just up. Mexico, everybody got problems. Y'all hear me? El Salvador, all these places, they moving in now trying to bring in special military to stop. I mean, how you extorting businesses for money? I'd like to see somebody gonna come take some money from me. I'd really like to see your face. That you gonna tell me you gonna take some money and I'm gonna pay you every week. I don't believe it. I ain't never seen that before in my life. I ain't never seen that. Somebody gonna come and tell me that you will be taking money from me every week. I don't believe it. I say it's on TV. I guarantee you won't leave for now. Not the way you came. That's retarded. How we get to a point we got people and the government and all these government allow this stuff to allow this to happen, that you sit here extorting people, you allow these gangs to sound to take money from people, poor people. Soon as they go to Beverly Hills, soon as they go to Buckhead, soon as they go to Sandy Spring, I guarantee they shut down. How are we letting these people take from poor people who ain't got nothing? You already ain't got nothing. That's retarded. That's retarded. I told them, listen, I'm for the defense of our people too. You got to have a military. Our military will be swift. Yes, sir. We'll hit like that. They hit our academy. We come up every night, get up and tell I report, we just killed some more terrorists. Every day we just took out. It's retarded. Where your mind at when you think it's okay to take from old people, from kids, from people that, you know what I'm saying, they're indigent? What's wrong with your mind? They won't go take from other people. Why don't you go take from a country? Go take from some more people with a gun. You'll never see them go take nothing from nobody else with a gun. They always take it from poor people, and everybody else is scared of them and they're afraid of them. I think everybody should have a gun. Every law abiding says you should have a gun. You don't have a gun, we're taking you to jail. There's a cut down on it then. When you pull out your gun and say everybody stick them up, everybody aiming at you. And don't let them leave. You got to. Say the police time. We go ahead and kill you then. That way they ain't got to worry about you. And leave that mess laying outside in the front of the building. Don't bury it. Leave them laying in front of the building. Say, this what happened to the last guy that tried it. And right, this your deterrent. Let the body sit there and rot. Let the maggots get it. Let the dogs and the cats piss on it and eat off of it. I guarantee they come out, they'll be thinking twice. They'll say, yeah, I'll change my mind. I'm trying to get saved. I'm telling you, as long as you keep giving them the alternative and you keep giving them the ability to sit around and rob and rape and destroy their own people, they're going to continue to do it. It ain't just us, the white race do it to the whites too. It ain't no better. They won't show it to you. White gangs in prison are bad on other white people. They'll make their own white boy wash their drawers. They'll punk them out. Y'all will think everybody unified. Everybody not unified. Shouldn't be among them. Shouldn't be among no race. Every man should have equality. A weak man shouldn't get treated no worse than another man, what you call a strong man. That don't make you less of a man because you could beat a man. That don't take away from you being a man. We put that in our mind. If somebody could beat you, they're a better man than you. No, you just beat me physically. Mentally, I'm still a strong man. Stop letting people grade you by how much you lift or how fast you run. That don't make you no better, man. That's retarded. It's too many other things, man. How many of y'all run for a living? How many of y'all fight for a living? Most of y'all do computers or whatever you go to work and do. That's how you make your survival at being a man. We got to get away from that concept that our strength and our speed make us a man. That's right. It's our intellect. He made him in his image and his likeness. Yes, a man can orchestrate. That's right. That's what he put. Who did Adam fight in the garden? Tell me who was a better man than him. Tell me who was a stronger man than him. That's what I thought. That man wasn't putting no gun to see if he could fight nobody. That man was sitting there to show he could organize. He could follow instruction. He knew how to delegate. He knew how to rule. That would make you a man. We got these guys. See, the reason our quote unquote young black men hadn't had enough examples in front of nobody to talk to us to tell us that. That's why a lot of men feel defeated and beat. They don't make enough money. If money gonna make you a man, you just throw your penis in the trash. Yeah, that's right. Money don't make you no man. That's unfortunately, this is the lies they told us. Everything they gave us to tell us that made us a man, is we got there from the people that oppress us. Right. Why you think think about what you say. If a man making enough money, what say? You the man. If a man strong, he'll fight. You the man. You get this from him. We never graded no man by that. We look at a man's skill set, what he could do it for a survival and make it. Hello? Yes, sir. See, this is what I'm telling you. He downgraded. Look, since you look at money making you a better man, why you think he let you make less of it? Think about it. That's why he make you make less of it. Everything that you said to attribute to you being a man, you got from your oppressor. Stop grading yourself by your oppressor scale. Why would he tell you that? He tell her that a little that a righteous man have is more than all the treasures of the wicked. If it's accounted according to all of the substance a man have. Because these are the lies he tell you. He'll tell you that to keep us destroyed. That's why we got to educate our people, especially our young people. Come on, I need to get some of my young people. I need to see them, see how they greet. Who I'm going to use? All right, come on. Yasha, come on up here. One of my worst singles. Come on, Yasha, I'm in trouble. Come on up here. Trouble. Here come trouble. Come on, AJ, you know how to greet. You might shake hands. You know how to do it, yeah? Come on, let me teach him. Come on, let Papa teach him. Come on. Him and Yasser. Come on, my friend. Come on. You nervous? You all right? You with Papa. He can't sing either. I ain't ready. So what we going to do? Now, what y'all going to do? Now, y'all going to come. Y'all going to shake hands and see. You're going to come. You're going to say, how you doing, Ike? Doing all right? All right? Give him good. Y'all ready? What you going to, y'all going to encourage her. You ready? Look, mighty short right there. You still can't sing, though, can you? Can you sing? You been practicing? You know I'll be listening, don't you? You know I'm going to be checking you, right? All right, let's check. All right, so we're going to see if y'all two got it, all right? Y'all going to go up. Y'all got it. You're going to shake hands and see. You're going to say, how you doing, Ike? You doing all right? Y'all ready? You got it? What you going to say? How you doing, Ike? You doing all right? You ready? All right, let's get ready to go. Go. He said, how you doing, Ike? What you supposed to say? I'm talking about him. What you supposed to say? No, you ain't supposed to say that. Y'all ready? Let's try it one more time. You did good, AJ. You ready? And you're going to tell him you're doing fine. You're going to ask him how he doing. You're going to say, I'm doing fine when he asks you. When he asks you how you doing, you're going to say, I'm doing fine. Y'all ready? All right, let's try it again. Y'all did good. Go. I'm kind of missing the lyrics. Actually, you think what he said at that time? How you doing? I keep them, he said. No, I ain't ask you how you doing. You gonna ask him how you gonna tell him you're doing fine when he asks you. You gonna ask him how he doing. So how you doing, Ike? You doing fine? Good. Now let's see you try it with him. Let's try it one more time. Y'all ready? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. Did good, AJ. What you want to say? I'm doing fine. Give me a hug. Both of y'all did fine. That's great. Look at him. Look at that. I know y'all can do it. Let's go. You still can't sing, Joker. Look at all that extra. Man, you so extra. Isn't that right? Goodness, that's all right. AJ, you did good. Who am I getting now? Oh, good. Come, Brandon. Come on, Brandon. Come on. Let's see, Joy. Come on. Oh, good. We in trouble. Let me tell you, why you so happy all the time? That's how them serial killers start out. You ready? You ready? Don't forget to tell me stay away from them cereal. You ready? Y'all gonna both be encouraging, or one of y'all gonna be down, the other one trying to encourage the other one? What we gonna do? Both gonna be encouraging. Both of them encouraging. All right, here we go. All right, encouraging. Take one. How you doing? I'm doing fine. How you doing? I'm doing good. Oh, I think he answered too fast. Let the man get the whole sentence out, homeboy. Goodness. Woo. All right, let's try it one more time. Y'all ready? Encouraging one another. Take two. How you doing? I'm doing good. How you doing? I'm doing fine. How are you doing? Good. All right, y'all can disappear. I got my eyes on y'all. I'll be watching y'all. That's it. If we're gonna get them, we gotta train them. We gotta teach them so they'll know. That's how we gotta change the atmosphere out here. We gotta try to put the positivity out here and try to encourage. Who I got next? I need some Alcoop nut on them. Who you say? Keisha. Y'all want Keisha up here? Come on, Keisha. Come on. Come on, Xavier. Come on, Xavier. Come on up here, Xavier. Come on, you get beat down and you know what happened. He called your name. Come on, man. Oh, goodness. You want to be the victim? I mean, you want to be encouraged, or you want to be encouraged, or you want to be already down? Already there. You already going to be down? Okay. I don't know if I need to get gloves out or what on this one. Encourage a beat down, take one. Right. Don't you ever call my name. You understand me? Well, I feel like I just went in the Twilight Zone. Anybody else? Did we just go to the Twilight Zone, everybody, somewhere? Which one of y'all want to try Keisha again? I'm going to get him. No. And they said, no. Anybody else want their cornbread? Who we going to get? Oh, we got Hadassah. Come on, Hadassah. We get Hadassah up. That's so good. Come on. How about Naomi? Come on, Naomi. Listen, you don't do it with her. Come on. That's all right. Come on. That's all right. Woo, you look so pretty. You look pretty. That's all right. You ready, sweetie? Y'all know what y'all going to do? You know what you're going to say? What you going to say? Okay, good one. At least you know. So you're going to say, how you doing, Aku? You're going to give her a hug, okay? And she asks you how you doing, you're going to say fine. And she tell you, you ask her how she doing, she's going to tell you fine. Okay, you ready? Y'all ready? All right, encouraging, take one.
How you doing? Good.
Y'all doing a stare down right now? I'm just curious. That's good, though. Y'all got it. We try one more time. That's good. Give them one more. They did good. Yeah, that's good. All right, y'all ready? Go.
How you doing? Good.
You want to ask her how she doing?
How you doing? Good.
All right, that's too good. That's all right. Thank you. Y'all trying to do something else? Y'all can go. Well,
Can I do Grace? Or kind of best friend?
oh, okay. It's the best friend. Is Grace here?
Yeah, she's right there.
Come on. Grace said, oh, no. Grace said, no, she done. Grace said she don't do public appearances. Ain't that right? She said send it to her in an email. She said she's nervous. We appreciate y'all, though. That's so beautiful. And then, Shiny. Come on, Shiny. Look at you. How you doing? You know what you're going to do? Okay, I'm going to get you. All right, let's come. You ready? Nara said, oh, no. Oh, no, Nara told me no. I tried to get Nara to speak to me earlier. I was in my office. She was walking down through there. And I was walking. I said, hey, Mama. I called her. Hey, Mama. She looked. I must say, go speak. She said, I said, what she said? She said, I don't want to be late for service. Only in the hour. So we had to go, all right, I guess I'm going to have to do it with you then. All right, you ready? You're going to go back there. So we're going to greet each other, all right? And we're going to see how each other, what you going to say to me? What you going to say? All right, so you're going to say, how you doing, Ike? And you're going to hug me. And I'm going to say, how you doing, Aku? And then I'm going to hug you and ask you how you doing. And what you going to tell me? Okay, well, that's what we'll go with, right? All right, encouraging, take one. How you doing, Aku? I don't either. We should try. Let's give each other another hug, though. That's all we do. Thank you so much. You've been such a help, okay? Give yourself a hand clap going back down there. Now, why did Shana raise her hand and give her a temperature in there? Woo, that's been rough. Oh, boy. Now I get one more and I'm going to be done. Who am I get? Oh, yeah. Somebody said Battery and John. John? Battery? Come on, John and Battery. That's right. I cannot cook it. Come on, John. Come on, Battery. Uh-huh. Goodness, John. So what we're going to have? Encouraging. To encourage. She'll be negative. All right, she'll be negative. So Battery going to be negative, and John going to be Mr. Encouraging. I got to see this one. All right, encouraging, disencourage.
Hey, what's going on, Aku? How you feeling?
Not too well.
Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear. Oh.
That's all she need. That's all she need. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Woo. See that care and concern, that's what you got to have, because people going through. Woo! Man. Only here you find these people, ain't that right? But he was definitely concerned about your situation. He just had got an emergency phone call. That's the only thing that stopped him. But that's what we got to do. We got to learn how to kind of greet each other, greet one another, learn how to encourage and build up one another, because where the world going now, we're in bad shape. Especially our young people, we got to kind of teach them, like I said, train them up in the way they should go when they're old, they won't depart from it. If we don't teach them how not to be so negative, We're not going to transform. Like a lot of our kids now, honestly, I mean, even with our kids, a lot of kids don't really have real personalities. You know what I'm saying? Most kids now more dormant back to themselves. They're more animated to like, or more more comfortable with computers or phones. That take away the part where people really dealt with each other. We came along, we had a phone, but you got out and got involved. You know what I'm saying? You and your friends went out, did stuff, or played or went and shop. Now you do everything Zoom, or do things FaceTime, or you just texting to death. You know what I'm saying? That's all they doing. We ain't had that. And we'd have had it, no doubt, we'd have been in the same situation they'd have been in. No doubt the world would have destroyed earlier. We got to get them away from always thinking you got to communicate through a computer and a phone. You got to teach man how to communicate with man. Typically, most people's relationship is with a phone or a computer. Who you think get the most time? Yeah, we don't really get it with individuals. It's with the phone. So we got to kind of transfer that or change that for our young people so they can learn how to deal with each other. Because the more we stay isolated from each other, the worse the world getting. You got to be able to communicate with people. You need people to care. People need people to care about. Don't let anybody tell you that. Like, I don't care if nobody don't care about me. When they told you that, that means I need people to care about me. They do. Everybody need that. Don't tell them, I need people to care about me. Yes, sir. Who don't need nobody to care about them? That's a lie when somebody says, I don't care if nobody don't care. That's a lie. I do care. So I act out. I get a retarded hair color. I start drawing all over my body. I start doing stupid stuff for attention because everybody needs somebody to care about them. And we got to start letting each other know that. Let them know I care. If something wrong with you, let them know I care. Who in here got something going on? I care. Let me say it, Rod, I care. Who else? Anybody else? I care. Let people not serious. We need that. That's part of being human. Even in animal society, do y'all not know animals greet each other where they walk up and they brush up against each other or they'll groom each other? Because everybody needs affection. Don't believe that. Don't believe that foolishness. People talking about, I don't need nobody. That's like them women, they go get this much of a doing vibrator. You need somebody, and you need a doctor and a surgeon. I'm telling you, people need somebody. Don't let nobody tell you no lie. People that hide themselves in alcohol, hide themselves in drugs, because you need somebody. That's your escape. Everybody needs somebody. Unfortunately, social media is taking up all people's time. People doing stupid stuff on social media. Some of this stuff, I don't get this. I'd be so confused. I seen some stuff, TikTok, follow the sound of the voices and all that stuff. It'll never work. It'll never work. I would never follow anybody to do some of the stuff these people do. Yeah, these people, I'm gonna tell you something. These people, they rob you of your common sense. Of stuff you just wouldn't normally do. And they'll get you like, everybody do this. Everybody just start walking on your hand. You'll see people flip over, hit a wall or tap something. Because people just need something to do versus you need to start learning how to communicate and keep your own identity. Social media has did a big hurt to us too. You look at young people, suicide, drugs, game out. Let's everybody start a channel who can set themselves on fire. Why? What? There ain't no channel you gonna burn up. It's stupid. You had a lot of social media stuff you had to get away from. I liked Twitter when I was on it. Twitter wasn't something you doing stupid stuff. I liked the news commentary, the information you get as far as news. But some of the stuff they got, TikTok, they need to just destroy that whole little thing. It's just a waste of time. It's something I'll never get. I don't know how to get on. I don't look for this stuff. I got Instagram every now and then. I know how to post something, and I had to get outside. How you post this? I don't know how to use that stuff. Please don't send me that on Instagram. I'll never see it because I don't know how to use it. It's a waste of my time. My life is too complex to get tied up with some of these social media sites. None of the stuff they ask you to do, I can't follow it. It don't make sense. I try to be more of a leader. Stop following these people. Then some of the stuff you see people doing that's stupid, don't send it. Just don't watch it. Because you create monsters. Y'all don't believe it. Yeah, some people do it. They get attention. Some stuff, if you give attention to these people, you make these people worse. Because all of somebody look and say, hold on, you got 1 million views from getting hit by a car. I'm going to get hit by 2 cars and get 2 million views. I'm telling you, these people ain't got, listen, delete that junk, get rid of it. Be like, no, I'm not interested. They got to see they're not getting the attention. And all they're doing it because people need attention. I'm telling you, people need attention. And social media is robbing and it's picking up innocent people who are victims of life. So they pick you and they know when you watch it that you're going to fall into this trap of watching and following and going through that stuff. I look at, man, I seen that stuff on Instagram. What I get pissed for? I never asked for this. Why is it on here? With Twitter, you get to choose, you can pick. I don't like that. Don't send me. I didn't ask for that. I don't want to see that. I really don't care about what you're doing. I don't care. If I want to see it, leave it where if somebody wants, they can come and view it versus you just impress it upon people. And they do it because they're looking for the weak people. I'm telling you, a lot of stuff y'all got to watch out. People picking y'all, they see y'all weak. Y'all got to look at, don't give me that stuff. And if y'all on TikTok, everything in your phone already, China got it. You don't have none. How many of y'all got TikTok? One, I know. Two, you have none on your phone that's private. Everything on your phone, China has it. Y'all didn't pay attention when Donald Trump was against TikTok when it first came. He tried to tell y'all they were made by Chinese spy agents. But they didn't pay attention to it. They were so, it's a nice app to have. I don't have anything personal on my phone. You're right. Nothing but your mobile app to your banking. And your security passwords to your other stuff. I mean, other than that, China ain't got nothing. You ain't got to worry about nothing. They keep wondering how their stuff coming up and how people keep evading your stuff because you got everything on your phone. And then you don't throw them stupid apps on there. Get rid of some of that retarded stuff. Anytime these folks give you a free app, why you think it's free? Why is it free? Let me see. Let me see. How you make an app? Let me see. You go in your house, sit down on a piece of paper, and you draw an app, and then that's how it goes. You get some developers to create the app, to put the app up, to put all of the integral parts of the app together. And I can give it to you for free. Why? Danny, you know about computers and doing it. What you think it take to make an app? Probably like $5, 10 minutes. Very detailed. Some money is involved. And these people got them for free. Listen, I don't even do this. At what point do y'all start thinking? Nobody gives you anything for free. There's no such thing as a free app. I have your information. I'm selling your information. I'm in your data. There's a lot of stuff I'm operating in your phone that you don't know. Your phone does a lot when you don't even have, when you ain't even using it. Sometimes you get these phone, that thing says, doo-doo, you trying to figure out, I ain't even have, why is it doing that? Because you know what? You got enough stuff on your phone. You gave it enough, listen, you hadn't read all the privacy. It's a little button you check. Agreeing to. What do you think I actually put in all that writing? To write to do what with your information? And to sell it, exactly, to sell it. That's how I made money. It's a free app. How you think I'm gonna make money? By selling them, that's how we getting all them phone calls. Why these people keep calling me? Look at all them apps on your phone. How much stuff did you agree to get it? A lot of this stuff, 5 people really get this junk off your phone. I mean, other than business for a lot of this stuff, I don't have time to play on no app. If I'm gonna do something else, I gotta make money. All my stuff about money. You got time to play on the app, Dan? I ain't got time to play with no app. I ain't got time to play. I'm lucky at how I'm getting that phone. Let me tell you something about me. A grown man. Ain't no grown man got no business, no games on their phone. You want game, go to the game room. I don't play no games on my phone. I'm a grown man. I'm trying to make money. I don't have time. That stuff, folks, I don't have time for that stuff. That stuff, y'all, I said, well, that's where people at, though. I just don't have time to play no games on my phone. I'm trying to make money. How many of y'all like that? How many of y'all ain't got time to play no games on your phone? If I want to play a game, that means honestly, I'll go to a game room and I ain't got time to go there. I just don't have time. I'm old school. You want to play a game, or game. I ain't got time to play with that. You know what I'm saying? We went to the game room. They came out, you had the little Game Boy stuff you could play like that, and I grew out of that early. I want to play that stuff, man, no. I don't know what folk be thinking about. Especially when you see how far the so-called Negro man behind. He definitely ain't in no position to be playing nothing. Economically, you behind. Religiously, you behind. Healthcare-wise, you behind in ruling your home, you behind in, listen, we got men now, they reach the age, they don't even know how to talk to a woman. I ain't got time to play with no app. That's a natural, you know what I'm saying, a man engaged with, that's natural. That's natural for a woman to want a man. It was, let me say it was. Now these gaming apps and everything else that came out, you done now. I'm telling you, our men have lost it. Man, I don't know what happened. I just don't know what done happened now. It's just terrible. It's just terrible now. I don't know what happened. That was just a natural occurrence. A man and a woman attracted. You can see her across the room. She can see you across the room. Attraction start happening. Now it's just everything that's to the out now. That's the social dating and everything else going. We date on the computer for about 15 months. Then we'll meet one day. Then let's go back another 15 months to the computer. Then we'll call and we'll see when we can say, or we'll text. Right. Text. We'll tell. When I call, you had to call. Had to call, I just wanted to hear your voice. That is Bret Hart, that is Cutter. You gotta call. I just want to see your finger pushing the letter. No, I don't want that stuff. Things done changed. You had to talk. You had to conversate. I'm just see Kelvin Cameron open the door. Well, he want to know, can we talk? I don't have to be long for a minute. Isn't that right? I just want to know your name. Isn't that right? What your name is. And then what your name? They don't do none of that no more. Hey, that was serious. In the early 70s, you want to know the girl. Well, you tell her Sagittarius. Wear your shirt down here, hair on your chest, and wear your bird. And where you, hey, you know that? What's your sign, baby? Huh? Ain't that right? She Leo. You say I'm the hunter. Ain't that right? And that's what Fred Sanford said. He found out Donna. He said Donna said she a Leo and I'm a Sagittarius. He said I'm finna get rid of hunter. Ain't that right? We got to try to get him. I mean, man, I don't know what didn't happen. Why men don't want women no more? What happened now? I don't believe that. Now, he said they not just taking everything now. Let me say this now. Let me say this now. Some men have that mind, they're not taking everything. I'm not believing every man ain't no taking everything. No, I won't take that. I don't believe every man, not every man. Now, you have men that are particulars, which, I mean, you've always had the same thing, which, I mean, that's nothing new. Men should always been particular. Women should always been particular. But at the same time, that's not the reasoning why it's not. It's just now more socially accepted for everybody just kind of be loose. You're not indebted. You're not connected to nobody. Societies can't live like that. Society can't live like that. You'll see where your vast numbers are. You have a larger number of Ariel and Ari, the lion, than you have other, just say like the leopard. Leopard don't typically have 5 and 6 cubs, you know what I'm saying? Because they're loners, but they come together to mate. They'll typically have one and they'll kind of run. So they're detachable animals. When they come to Ari, they look at futuristic. They don't just think about today and us. They think about the pride. The pride is their future. When they come down to leopards and like cheetahs and different ones like that, they typically are solitary hunters. So they'll typically have 1 or 2, and then they break away. They kind of move off to themselves. But that's their life. And you know what else happened? They get a lot of stuff took from them. You know, right? They had to eat on the go. Ariel, he fat. He sit down. He said, when I sit down, everybody eat, and nobody ain't taking this. Isn't that right? He feed a family. You know what I'm saying? Because they know that's how we survive. They don't just have to kill for themselves. They realize, I got to kill for the pride, and that's how we are. And now when I see kind of men and women today kind of function the way they are, especially with us, it's kind of scary because he referred to us as Ariel and Ari. That's how he referred to us. Because you know what I'm saying? We the pride. It's the matah. That's how we honor. Y'all got it? That's how everyone know what they looked at looking out for their matah. Everybody made sure they had a representative, make sure they take care. They look at, we got to keep existing. But see, now you got everybody now, you know, just kind of beating yourself. It don't matter. Kind of going off, I don't want nobody, just beating myself or whatever like that. We can't make it like that. We humans. Y'all got it. We humans. You can't move like that. You got an animal king. That's how they survive. That's how they work for us. We survive by our mating. Isn't that right? And we have a culture that keeps us together. Right? We start thinking about our future. Y'all got it. We not no one day either. We looking at, we got to keep going. We got to ensure the next generation. Y'all got it. And that's the difference between us and you see the other societies or you see people in whole today. These are things we have to work on too, teaching our people how to mingle, how to date, how to conversate. These are things typically we haven't been told. And now we're moving into the time where now we got to be able to try to teach our people so they'll kind of learn how we should operate. We've been thinking as a given since we've been living so long that things are just a given. We just know them. We don't know them. If nobody teaches it to them, if nobody instructs it, we don't see it, there's no way for us to know it. But society has made a fool out of us to make us to believe every man should know that. Every man don't know everything.
Right.
It's got to be taught. Why he telling? He said, and you father, provoke not your children to wrath, but do what? And the nurturing. See that? Yahuwah. That's the only way you're going to do it. So our kids just naturally going to be born and it's innate that our kids know how to just serve Yahuwah. They're just going to understand our culture and our religious aspect. They don't. We got to teach it to them. And that way they fool us that they try to. And this is why if you look at the so-called Negro society today, this is why we so disrupted today. Every name title we have, we got it from our oppressor. And that's what's hurt us. You got to stop being named by your oppressor. I think the word we have to look at is ethnogenesis. How many of y'all not familiar with it? All right. E-T-H-N-O-G. Trying to write this down. Ethnogenesis. Is that how you spell it? Mrs. Genessison. Let's spell Genesis. Ethnogenesis, Ethnoges. S is it E or I? I. All right, y'all write it down. Ethnogenesis. These are things we have to start considering for ourselves. They'll put it up there, y'all can see the definition. So we have to start, this is when we start to create inside of our culture and stop allowing everybody else to try to name us or define us. This is why we never advance forward. Let's just look at it. Typically, we meet each other, we might say, what's up, nigga? So what's your definition of nigga? Street, let's be fair. What's your definition of nigga? Black person. Oh, I mean, that's one. What do we have? Term of endearment. What not? Well, it kind of, let's say, we will say it, but then it can also spike the turn to nigga, get out my face. So nigga typically have more of a negative than positive, and it really doesn't root out to what we're trying to emulate or what we're trying to really state out to our people. And what happened is every name we ever received from these people, every name we got it from them. See, when they come down to any other white culture, there's no white culture, quote unquote, that's never let us name them. They're not, the Spaniards don't name the white man. Y'all got it, the Chinese don't name them. Everybody else have pretty much named themselves, they named us. When it come down, I taught y'all, even when it come down to the Moors, that's not a name that we actually have for ourselves. That's a name, that's actually a derogatory name, because it's actually referring to a color. The word that we look for on them is let me see, what's it, N-O-M? I think it's N-O-M. E-N-O-Y-M. We'll look these words up. And then you'll do it again with an X. We'll put them up so y'all will see what they are. I don't think it's D. I think it's M. We'll look it up and see if the spelling correct. I think it's E-N-O-Y-M. N-O-M. And the reason why you want to know these words, because when it comes down to us naming ourselves, that means that it was created within our culture. See, when you come to the name like Moors, Moors is something we got from Exonym, which means we were named Moors, our people in Northern Africa, what they call Africa, and that's still disputed on the title of the ism of that. But what happens with that, which means your oppressor names you. You were named this by people in Europe or people in Italy. They named you this. It meant, and it was actually referring to Arabs. We're not Arab, so how could I be a Moor? It was a derogatory name set. This was for people that was in the Philippines. This was people that was over in other areas of North Africa, as they would call it. So a lot of time when we start running this stuff, sooner we get our feelings hurt, we don't like something. I'm a Moor. You more dumber, you more stupid, you more illiterate. Y'all got it? I'm just being honest, because they give us things that we don't actually look more into the root of. Everything had Negro wouldn't fit us. This is a Spanish term. Why would I name myself something Spanish when I'm not from Spain? It doesn't make sense. But we'll take it. You tell any Hispanic, you tell them Negro, they're going to tell you Negro is black. It's a color. It doesn't even relate to a person. I'm saying, am I correct? Negro. It's a color. What does it relate to a people? This is how stupid black people, she having to speak Spanish, had to be Puerto Rican. Negro does not refer to a person. You go put on your birth certificate, on paperwork, that you are a Negro. This is why the white man can do injustice to you, because you're not real. The word you look for in your language book, or in your legal books is the word colorable. It means something that's not real. Black law defines it. It means something not real. So you're sitting in their court system, you're sitting here going marching to these people, White House, to their Lincoln Memorial, and you're telling them, me today as a black man, the black man is being unfairly treated, the black man is being incarcerated, the black woman is being, all they sit here looking at you, you hadn't said one credible statement yet. You just told me about something. We'll look it up from a legal term. How about we look at that? Let's see what their legal book says about it. Their Supreme Court has ruled that you are not real if you're saying you are black or if you're Negro, and you lose your fight. Now, you think there's something I just know? Every one of these black leaders know it. They are part of the hypocrisy of making a fool of you, dragging you up here, presenting you to the white man, knowing your case is not going to be heard. They tell, all right, we came, we tried. It didn't work. You know what? Let's go back home and keep praying. You out of money. You still behind. We have got to change the dynamics of how we look at our people. We got to stop seeing our people as the enemy. It's bad. That's a hypothetical. I appreciate y'all coming. Just coming in, the aura, not knowing you, is to look and say, this could be something to be strange. Y'all been two white men, none would have came into mind. We have got to stop viewing our people as the enemy. They gave us that. They gave it. We always conscious of our people could be the killer, could be the robber, could be the murderer, could be the raper. This bastard came to a keeper line that they call Africa. This white man didn't have dread. This white man had his blonde hair. He didn't have brown hair. He had blue eyes. This white man didn't have on sweat. This white man had on pants. He had on khakis. He had on a ruffled shirt. He had a tie on. He had a hat. He didn't have a Kango on. And nobody suspected me. He took everything from you. Because he taught us to watch each other with a particular hate and never communicate. When we see indifferences, stop making indifferences we see as the enemy. This is just something new, but we got to learn to embrace each other, at least understand each other, because we're from the same people. But he doesn't teach us that. Everything we always see. If I walk down the street, if I see two black guys, three black guys coming, it's automatically got to come to my mind. They might try to rob me. They're probably going to try to take something. This could be a setup. Three white men with a suit walking, no question asked. Mind you, they won't take nothing from me at that time. Mind you, they'll never call me a name. They will go to their office and make sure not a person look like me will never be hired at that corporation. They'll go in that Senate, they'll go in that Congress, and they'll pass bills and legislation. We don't think like that. They think when they see 3 or 4 white men walking by with suits, you safe. You ain't safe. Wait till they get back to the office. Wait till they get back to the office. Even if a black man robbed me on the street and took what he had on me, that still ain't everything I got. What he'll get back to that office and do, what he'll do in the Congress and what he'll do in the Senate, what he'll do in the White House, what he'll do at that police station will be life-ending. We have got to start seeing our people with a different light. We have got to start doing something different. It's got to start becoming, look how COVID swept through. COVID. You know how COVID would pass? From person to person. So let's do this. How you doing, man? Doing all right? Doing all right. Pass it down. Pass it down. Pass it down. Let's pass it like COVID. That's it. Make that effort. It went from China. We surely it can spread in the room. That's right. Let's do it. Let's do it like COVID. Let's spread it. If we don't, listen, we're not going. Nothing's going to change till we make the effort. Nothing ever going to change. See that? That's how they got it moving. That's right. That's how it's going to happen. See that? That's what I'm saying. It got to spread with us, ain't it? That's right. It got to spread with us. That's right. Rudy! Rudy overspreader. Let somebody else spread it, Rudy. Let me give him. Good to see you, huh? You got to spread it. What you doing? That man is chick one. I ain't spreading. Trying to spread it. That's what I'm talking about. If it came from China all the way to America, surely we can move across the room. Ain't that going to change till we change it? That's it, ain't Pat. That's what I'm saying. That's right. And it went all the way from China to across here, and it's still moving. You tell me we can't spread how to greet each other, how to treat each other? It's got to change. Isn't that right? It got to change. If we don't make the effort to do it, who else going to do it? Mike! You got his swine flu. Come on, Smith, hurry. Hold on. Oh, goodness. How y'all send the swine flu to my wife? There you go. Right, just got back in there. Oh. That's right. We got to listen. That's right. It got to spread. If it's going to change, it got to change with us. It got to be something different. Ain't nothing changed for us. You know what happened? It used to be a time when our people came, we knew how to embrace one another. We knew how to greet one another. You know what I'm saying? Customarily. We lost that. You know that from being from the country? Folk know how to treat folk. They'll see folks in the car, they come out there, you be in the car, they say, Get that car and come on. You be like, I don't want. Come in the house. You come in the house. You stand there. They say sit down. You be like, them folks will force your hand to sit down. You like, yeah, no, you know, you sit there. They be like, you want something to eat? You like, no. Before you know it, you come out of the gate. So you say, God. Then you know they break it. They like, listen. I want to treat you like I want to be treated. This is what we do. This is a custom for us. We lost that. Y'all know that. How many of y'all from the country remember being in the country how they were? Man, them folks fit that plate. You got to eat that. Now, how you want them folks set that plate? You like. You get through, you say, that wasn't bad. I was saying trying to hold out. But it's got to change for us. If we don't change it, ain't nothing going to change, people. Ain't nothing going to change till we change. Did it spread out there? Because I ain't see them move. Who the last person had it? Take it out there. Malak. Yes, they got to take it. Uncle Ted going to spread. There you go. Give him the shake, Uncle Ted. But that's what we got to do. We gotta start being better people among us. That's how we get other cultures to start. That's how, if things gonna change for us, we got to change them. Y'all got it? And that's gonna happen through information. And that's what we're looking for. We're trying to get, if he told us this is key and we miss, my people are destroyed. So let's see how that works. Let's talk about the black on black crime, quote unquote, black on black, that's the color. Why you think the black on black crime is where it is? No knowledge. I don't have knowledge of myself. I don't have knowledge of one another. We typically do what the white man done now. Anything we see that's different to us, you automatically condemn it. You automatically hate anything that's different than you. That hurts you when you sit somewhere and your culture is so limited. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do by putting us in projects and putting us in welfare situations. How many people in welfare grew up with Chinese, Hispanic, Arabic nation, other nations? Typically, you only surrounded with who? Your own people. And your hate stays there among your people. So anything you see look anything different, you hate it versus embracing it to try to at least understand it. We have to at least learn how to understand each other. That's how people exist. When people don't understand each other, that's why you destroy each other. That's why we've been destroyed by white people. They don't understand us. You naturally assume something. Anybody will learn, we all smoke dope and we all into multiple wives. If we're young black, we all want white women. See, all of the ignorance they have about it is why they keep killing us. And then our own ignorance kill us, because we naturally assume something about each other. Until we get to understand one another. Listen, it don't mean when we know each other, we'll agree with everything our people do, but at least I have an understanding of why you do what you do. Right. It's more dangerous for me not to know you. Like I said, listen, man, I don't want to know you, don't want to know nothing about you. It's going to hurt me in the long run because it's not possible that I won't run into somebody else that's like you. And I can't shutter everybody out of my life because they're different than me. So I got to learn how to accept and got to at least learn how to understand people. At least needs to be a mutual. We talked about that with Ari. Before two Aris fight each other, what they call lions, the proper name is Ari, they'll at least greet each other with letting you know, I'm going to give you the opportunity, you can walk off. He said, I'm not walking off. He said, well, if you're not walking off, I got to come in and take it over because I got to survive. It's a survival issue with them. What people start taking, they say, well, I'm like a lion, which his name is Ari. I got to come in and kill the take. You got to understand his situation is different than mine. Right. The way he established is in order for him to try to further along his gene pool, he's got to come in and he's got to mate. If I can't find one, then I got to take one. That's not our situation. So in the animal kingdom, what he does, that exists in that chain. It can't exist with us. We can't just kill each other. He don't have a food market. He don't have an EBT card. He ain't got family he got to go to and they can give him some groceries, say, man, till you get on your feet. You know what I'm saying? He don't have his own flock. You see what I'm saying? Where he can take from his flock. He got to take to kill what he get and survive. For us, that's not our way. We learn how to work in a community and learn how to work as a society. We learn how to build. I am for the preservation of my people. I am for the disconnecting of our people away from white America. We can do business with you. I'm 100% we can do business with you. We just can't be under you. I'm against that. I don't agree with no forms of us staying under. Look at the destruction we got among us now. Look at all these churches and religions. It's only because this is what he's giving us. We see people say, man, they doing, any of our people, Hebrews like, well, if they doing something crazy and outrageous, it's because basically you look, they've been forced into it. What do you do? What do you do if I take you captive? I tie you up and I chain you. I take your kids, I rape your wife. I cut your hand and your foot off. You'll do anything you can to get out from under me. Anything that I do, if you're conscious, you'll want to do the opposite because you got to start equating everything I do to my behavior. If I just go and I kidnap kids, just say using this as a thinking, typically this is what the feds or anybody else will do. They won't just go with the crime of me kidnapping him and arresting me. They want to get in him. Because you know what they realize? It's something going on in your mind, nigga. You ain't just grab no kid. This ain't about, they need to know if this something was a fluke or this something a behavior. Then which means you also want to know where. What social media sites you use? Who are your friends? Everybody tell me what? Because they understand you'll be satisfied with catching me, getting him back. They're looking at it's some more of them. I need to get in his mind and find out who he talks with, where does he hang out at? Who are the other people that's like him that he talked to? I need to go through his phone registry. I need to go through everything. I need to go through his education level. All of these are things they're going to feel like play a part into my behavior. You telling me that the Christianity religion hadn't played a part in the degradation and the rape and destruction of the so-called Negro? I got to question it. So what do you think a Hebrew Israelite or anybody else going to do? Anything opposite of him? Because I'm going to feel like what he eats, I don't want to eat it. Because some of that probably plays into the part of the person he is. The people he deal with. That's why a lot of people of color say, I don't want to associate with whites. Because there are other whites involved. One white man didn't come and get you from Africa, from a Kibalon. You were got by multiple, and all these people associated together. They wrote laws and constitutions together. So a lot of our people have been forced into the decision they've been making. But see, they make us hate our own because we don't try to at least understand where they're coming from. You'll find people, you'll see drug dealers, you'll see people doing our stuff, and the first thing we do is we want to criticize. You're killing our own people, you're killing our own people. What's the situation? Did we ever try to get in their mindset, see where they come from? Did we ever try to think about what they dealt with? What pushed them into that? See, we just quit. The first thing we do is just condemn it. Now, listen, I'm not for giving our people nothing that's going to kill them. We don't need it. That's just something we don't need. We've done enough of that with each other's hands. But at the same time, we got to at least start processing, trying to understand why our people are reacting the way they're acting. And you can't substitute and you cannot take out the equation, it's the oppressor. So in order for our people to be better, we got to start sitting back looking at what's all the causes and effects. That's the only reason we want to. Why you think our women hate our men? Let's just be honest. Let's just do the math. 2 quote unquote people of color are going to be right above the poverty line. True or not? True. That's a man and a woman, both working. Let me see. She get rid of him, she can get a check. She get rid of him, she can get protection. She have another kid, she can get more money. Let's do the math economically. What makes sense? Keep him, stay right above the poverty line or just below, get rid of him and get a check, get protection, keep him back, and you can control any nigga you get. Because all you got to do is pick that up and say, if I call you folk, you know where you're going, right? You know what they told you. You know what your parole officer said. So you took your dominance away. A man by nature is dominant. That is just dominant. We play basketball, we're going to talk trash. Come on, I got you. I'm going to school. I own you. It's the dominance that we have. It's a game, but we just had that dominance, so he's naturally going to display it in his home. But now they made the black woman feel that she had to be afraid of us. You need to be afraid that he shouldn't talk to you like that. Does he talk to you any kind of way? Does he say things that hurt you? This is white folks stuff. Now I mentally abused her. I mentally abused because I made her cry. Won't they lock up onions? I'm saying they had to lock up onions. Why they let onions stay out here? They make them cry. You see that? And no onions go to jail. See, they get inside our mental and they mess us up and they destroy our dominance away from us. So now our men are naturally weaker. Y'all got it. Our women are naturally now more dominant because they got something to hold over you. And it's the same thing the oppressor had. I call the police. Same thing the white woman said. I call the police. Well, white man, you get to talk. I got into so many tiny white. Every time I read mouth, and you get ready to tap that little ass, get ready to tighten up on. First thing they do, I'm gonna call the police. I thought you the police. You running your mouth like you was. You know what I'm saying? They always switch up, but see, when they come, who they gonna defend? Whose side they with? Right. And they're gonna be the woman. They're gonna be with him. So where they put the so-called Negro man at? And here you go, stepping and fetch it. Don't send that white man gonna go to jail. Don't send that woman gonna say, and now the kids got it. Now the kids can call. So now you got so much anger combusted in you, it's natural to let out on another black man. Surely they don't give a damn about him. Come on, man. Come on. Surely they don't give a damn about him. It's easy. Let's go that way. It worked. It's easier for me and you to get the fight and get tough. The police ain't gonna come the same way he gonna come if a woman call. He ain't gonna come the same way if a white man call. So he allows it, he puts it where it's beneficial. It's easier to put your anger, your frustration, and kill your brother. Or your brother kill you. These are psychosis that we deal with and nobody addresses them. Everybody just act like they don't know why. Until we can address the common cause of our problem, we never gonna get better. All right, I'm gonna let them get ready to sign the Kato Sarah. We'll look at these words we put up here, just so we understand. How about that? All right. Let's sign the Kato Sarah. That's the Abari name for the trumpet. Then we all stand. Ooh, give me just a tiny tidbit of that air. We don't look at them, just a tiny tidbit. I said a tiny, that mumbling and grumbling. We ain't trying to understand nobody, is we? Let's just give me a little fan right here. So why did you put this up here? That's not what I put up there. Ethnogenesis is what I told you to put up there. No, back to O-O-N-O. No, you were doing good. T-H-N-O. Come on, G-E. Yeah, there you go. Ethnogenesis. I messed mine up. Yeah. S in middle of them. Y'all have to forgive me, I couldn't spell Genesis. That's a Greek word anyway. I don't speak Greek. Ethnogenesis. This is right. This is how you come around and see the process by which a group of people become ethnically distinct. This is what you got to have. That's why when you determine now that white people don't use with you and they don't teach you in school. This is how white groups, organizations name themselves. You don't have that opportunity. Ethnogenesis is what you need. See, white people name themselves. That's how they know their history. That's how they can keep up with their origination and their starts. With you, everything you got about you, you have to go through all white information to get it. Now, I'm not a hater of white people at all. I'm a hater of how we've been disenfranchised by their system. That's why we had to create a system for us. Now, I don't hate white people for their system. I just hate ourselves. I hate the fact that we hadn't established our own after a period of time. You can waste your time hating white people, and people will do that, and I understand it. I can't say I don't understand it. I clearly understand it. But how about if you take that effort, hate you got, and let's just learn to formulate a system that works for our people. We can form the same government. We can form the same military. We can form the same banking system where you can do business. The Chinese do business with them and ain't under them. They do business with everybody else. The Russians hate them. And much of them tell they hate the Russians. They got 5G network. That comes from Russia. So you tell me white people can still be cordial enough to do business and be at war with each other, then. You tell me I can't be at war with that man, he can't do business with me. All he does business with me. I'm saying he does business by me, by putting me in incarceration, by mass incarceration, by putting drugs on our street, by allowing gangs to keep flourishing the way he's doing. Look at all our gangs. If you take the average of those kids out, they're coming from where? Broken single-parent homes, which is created by your government. Your government does through the drugs, through the alcohol, through the miseducation, misinformation. That's how you break up our homes. The more we know about each other, the more you start to embrace your people, your existence. What we know in New Orleans, party time, Mardi Gras. This is French. These are French demonic people who think it's okay to put masks on and kill and murder and maim people. Everybody else looking at, for our people, we want to celebrate and smoke, we want to drink and hang out. But that's not what the French were originally doing. They're massacres. That's all they do is massacre people whenever they do something. Whenever they put on masks, people get hurt. Halloween, what happened? Yet these white folks still celebrate it. They want you out their neighborhood. This is what they say. I want you out my neighborhood because you're black skin, you're black face. It scares people. My kids can't go outside. They're afraid because they think y'all going to do something. But then the folk put damn jack-o'-lanterns in the front yard, skeletons hanging in front of the front door. You know what I'm saying? Everything, something bloody, bleeding in the front yard. White folks ain't scared of you. White folks ain't scared. They're scared of your advancement. They're scared of your intelligence. They're not scared of your skin. How you put all this out in your front yard then? How you do all this? Who opened it? You open your door, I come to your door, let's say December the 13th, knock on your door, I got all that shit on. You finna open your door up and hand me candy. You ain't scared. Quit lying. You open your door for people gobbling and goons and bloody and worms. Are you serious? And you tell me you scared of me? Stop it. So y'all got that? The process by which a group of people become ethnically distinct. You never had this to happen to you, have you? You're not distinct. You're not distinct by yourself. He distincts you by giving you a criminal record. You're a felon, if you're a felon, you distinct. If you're a crackhead, you distinct. If you're homeless, you distinct. But you hadn't sat down where you categorize yourself, where you name yourself, and that's where we got to be. And that's where we're looking at is endonym. Endonym. E-N-D-O. E-N-D-O, yeah, endo. Right, okay. Y-M. N-Y-M, okay. He got it. A name used by a group or categories of people to refer to or their as opposed to a name given to them by other groups. This is why I try to educate y'all. You never had this to happen. Nobody ain't touching. White folk don't care about you. See, that's why when you go and you tell them how you're African American, who gave you that? Who gave you that? That's why Oppressor gave it to you. Because he know you never defined yourself. That's why he laughs at you. When you write your document paper to come and try to tell this man what you're going to do, he laughs at you. Because he know you don't have no creativity. He took your creativity. We use all our creativity when we wrote music and other things we did. He took it, he stole from us. White people came and took it and plagiarized just like every president did. It's sad a white man dead can make more than all the niggas singing living. This cracker was on drugs, a crackhead. The man's a known crackhead drug user. In the 1990s, he was worth $350 million. These rappers today ain't made that. That's every network, his empire, $350 million. That's in the 90s. 350. Died in the 70s. By the 90s, he had made $350 million dead. How much money Whitney Houston making right now? Done stole all, done won all the Grammys. They don't let you get it. These white folks, listen, they don't let you listen, your achievements are always graded by your oppressor. These people don't allow you to be able to do nothing yourself. See, once you start to look at, these are words, let me say, now, how many of y'all going to college? How many of y'all never used these or heard these terminology? Ethnogenesis or endonym. And guess why? They went, because if you heard them, then what you got to do? Look them up. When you look up, you start to listen, you're going to start to question that you've never done anything of originality for yourself by his grading, by his standards. That's why you need to know yourself. Listen, even when it comes down in a Hispanic group, they know they got to refer right back to the Spaniards. Everybody know the root they sell back to except for you. That's right. When they tell you Africa, this is the part we got again. What part of Africa? So they get, are you from the northern part? We got East Africa. Which part are you from? See, you can't have it both ways. See, the continent of Africa is still graded by who? White man. That's your problem right there. That's why he can tell you that there's European territory continent that's larger than Africa. Who you think gonna do the map drawing? Let me tell you something. Turkey. What did they call it? The Angolian is what they're Angolia. What the people there from Angola from Asian Minor. Do y'all not know where their region actually, how far their region actually went? All the way into Europe. Anatolia, they went to Anatolia, where they originally called themselves. They were the conquerors who ran and changed themselves to Turks. They're not Arabians. They're not Arabs, nor are they Persians. The Turks are their own people. They came back and conquered and took their stuff back. Their land reached all the way to Ukraine. Lithuania. These people regions ran far. Guess where their region ran to? Iraq, Syria. These people, listen, that's how far Turkey ran. That's why it's such a dispute on. They'll tell you that Abraham was born in where? Turkey. Now you see why they'll say he was born in Turkey. Because Turkey actually went all the way to Iraq. It actually went to Syria. Because that's why, but see, white people won't tell you that. Guess what they'll do? They'll leave it to the quote unquote niggas to argue. Nigga, you stupid. He ain't from no Turkey. Nigga, he from Iraq. Nigga, he from Syria. And the whole time you realize the region ran that far. It also ran all the way over to what they call Israel. Wow. Which would make sense. Because he did tell Abraham he was going to give the land to his seed. But see, when you don't know this and you look at a map today, what you naturally going to look at? Can we do that? Let's pull up the Turkish map. Let's look at the Exnodim. Right quick, we'll look at that one too. I spelled this correctly. It's an extonym. So what? No D? Our young people, y'all need to pay attention. Exonym. And external, that's exi. Anytime you see the X, like you see exit. You see the EX in front of that up there? Y'all see the sign? What that mean, in or out? Out. So you see, so already you start to catch the connotation they use or you don't think about. The fact they put the X in front is tell you this is something outside of you, okay? So this is how you got a lot of your name and your characteristic or your naming or your credibility from these people. An external name for a place, people, or language used by who? Instead of the language version. That's what I tried to tell y'all. Why would I call myself, being from Africa, nigger? Negro. Why would I be sitting in Africa saying, hey, negro, hi, negro? Why would I say that? Why would I say that? It's Spanish. Why would I be saying that? That's foreigners gave it to you. That's how you got your title. That's how you got all the derogatory things about yourself, because it's through other people, other foreigners. And foreigners are people that are not from your region. What I expect them to say about me? What I expect him to say about my hair? Do I expect him to look at my hair and say, man, his hair is good for electrical, so he can pick it generates current. People don't realize, even when they use metals, they use them for current to stimulate stuff. What good is gold as a brick or silver in these other metals? Unless they have some type of current to them. They can give a charge, just like a charge card. You know what I'm saying? It can cause something to happen. It can transfer something. I can do things. My hair actually gives off a charge, because when they made those antennas for them cell phones, were they straight? Coil. They realized they did the straight antenna. You know, they look at, they got them now. Pay attention to the straight one. You see a coil going around. So the white man still worked to throw me off. He said, look at that straight. Hey, y'all know the new antenna they have? They got a coil around them. But you got to really watch them, because they'll show them still straight, because they want to show what? Straight hair can get more current and can produce more than coil hair, which is a lie. Which is a lie. He don't need me to know that my hair actually worked to give me a charge that I can communicate with him. But see, everything about me is negative. Everything about you is negative. Come on, we criticize each other. We heard him criticize us enough that we turn to criticize ourselves. And if we don't get to understand ourselves better, and you still need to know something about your oppressor. Because that's how you oppress, because you don't know about him. Shaul said we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. So let me ask you a question. Do you really know the white man? Why you know that? That's all it needed. Honesty. That's all we need. Be honest. And already he taking advantage of you because you're ignorant. So now when I start to educate myself and I start to look at things differently that affect me, and I start to make advancement for myself to move myself, and not by his standards, By his standard to get advancement, I got to go back to school, hell, at least 4 to 18 years. And then I still got to come out and I got to get experience. Hell, by then I'll be dead. Because anytime he grades us, you got to have a piece of paperwork that says you're a doctor. That way he will respect you. He won't even respect anything you say if you don't have a degree out of your mouth. When we met this man, he had a degree. Hell, a temperature. Right. How you don't have a degree and I'm 98.6? Yeah. Niggas got plenty of degrees. Yeah, that's all about how you look at it. Give me love. Give me love. So these are the things that we start to look at, all the different things he used to really downgrade you. And we'll look at that Turkish mountain. Let's look at the original Turkish mountain. We'll look at the Anatolia. We'll look at how they were actually set up when they were Asia Minor. And the reason why you need to look at these things, you need to know them and look at how far their land expanded out. You can kind of watch the type of people they are and how they come back and they denigrate you all the time. They beat you out every time because everywhere you source to look, it's him. How much he gonna tell you? If you don't know key words and what to look for, why would you find them? Because most of it not conversation. Even if you go to one of these quote unquote black universities, in these places, they're not gonna teach you enough about yourself. They're not gonna let no school stamp exist if it's gonna empower you. That school coming down. They took Morris Brown down. All they did is took, what would they call that? Their credit card or accreditation? Who gave it to them? Let me credit. White man shut down the car, not called lack of fun. They said, we're taking your accreditation. Well, tell me something was going on in there. They were getting ready to tell your people something. Let's look at how much they work for you. How many of y'all remember Morris Brown? I remember very well. And Morris Brown wound up getting taken down. They looked at Morris Brown also owned by the Methodist College, by the Methodist Church. How many of y'all didn't know that? The Methodist Church. Methodist Church owned the part. So now look at how much all they play a part in why your destruction now. Your black universities are always started by white philanthropy, which are white people with money. Okay, you don't have a black college that had been started by white people. Okay, that's just a fact. Name me one white university that's been created by a black man. You know what y'all thinking? Well, a black man invented I didn't ask you about a subject. I didn't ask you about a particular subject or experiment. I'm talking about a university. White people will not sit in a university that's going to be orchestrated or designed by you. You will. You'll set for anybody. The nigga go learn medicine for the Chinese. Mm-hmm. You think we didn't already have how that works when Elohim took us and he told you I gave you leads for medicine? Yeah. Why would I go to a Chinese person to learn about medicine? We learn it from our food. Now, look, everything we learn about food, think about this. Do we learn it from us? Let's be honest. Do we learn it from us? No. Who teaches it to us? Because everybody learning from us, karate actually came from Africa. Most people don't know that. It came from Africa. Everybody took your stuff, took it over, erase your memory. Now nigga come back and learn how to flip and kick from them. Impressive. Impressive. You go back, now you learning from them. You won't let me teach you karate. You'll go to him. You let me say karate. You'll go to him and you didn't realize it came from Africa. Most of your fighting styles came from Africa. What would it do with you knowing this? What would it make you do next time you want to learn how to do karate? What'd you say? It empowered them to make you go back to Africa. Because why would you want to learn the root of it? See, now when they got it, guess what they tied into it? They tied to religion. Now you got to burn incense and fold your legs. You got to sit down and do a seance to the old imperial wizards and everybody else they got. Everybody get your stuff, they tie it to one in religion, and that made it taboo. You have to stay away from it. We got to reclaim our stuff. We got to reclaim our knowledge about ourselves. That's how you empower people. Let me tell you something. Our people should be speaking to everybody we see on the street. I see the brother the other day, he was coming. I had some in my hand. I held the dough for him. He said, man, I should be holding the dough for you. I said, not a problem, my brother. Not a problem at all. He got the next dough for me. You know what I'm saying? I saw the difference in his face when I did it. If we don't start to do nothing different, we'll continue to keep going the same way we're going. Some people, if you made the effort, they'll say, you know what, man, I'll meet you if you made the effort. If you're willing, you serious about it, I'll meet you, I'll do it. We got to teach our people this. We got to empower our people. People can take it, oh, it's racism, it's hating other races. It's not hating other races. I'm trying to stop hating myself. I hate myself because I can't find nothing good about me. When I flip on the news, it's me getting shot. Even if I don't have a gun, did I have a criminal record? Should I have been running? What the nigga doing with legs in the first place? When you go, I mean, think whenever it's me, listen, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. How you can't breathe when you talking? Come on. Come on. Black people just make up stuff. Are you serious? We always find a negative thing about ourselves to associate with whatever happens to us bad, saying we brought it on ourselves. We brought, just like our women that get raped. Come on, she got in the car, man. What was she expecting? She should have got raped. What's wrong with our mind when we would think like that? What's wrong with our man mind? Our men should have been taught better than that. You don't rape a woman. Come on, we should be taught better, because they watch these other clowns, these silly, stupid apps and these silly, stupid social media sites. Go on here and look. You type in your computer how to rape a woman, your ass need to be dead. What you need to learn how to rape a woman for? You know what that take away from our people? Come on, this is the birthplace of our nation. You just destroyed our nation. You gotta make them look at it different. We can't create babies that look like men or women unless they come from you. I'm destroying the birthplace, and that's what we accredit to the white man. You destroyed Mother Africa. We say you took something from her, but I can rape my woman. This is what we do. Come on, she wanted it. What no mean? Yes. What's wrong with that? So when we said we didn't want to get on that ship, what we were saying? No, we were saying, yes, we want to go on the ship. Yes, we want to get on. Yes, we want to be. Yes, I want my arm cut off. Yes, I want you to cut my foot off. Yes, I want to pick your car. Yes, I want to build your house. Yes, I want to catch your diseases and your sickness. Yes, I want to smoke your crack. Yes, I want your alcohol. That's what we were saying every time we say no. See, you got to look at things differently. You got to start associating things with yourself. No means no. That's the only way you're going to change it. You got to get rid of that slang talk. You got people in your group that say, come on, you got to let your people. We don't do that, brother. Yeah. We can't do that, brother. He got to understand the whole dynamic. Well, I mean, come on, man. It's just, no, brother. You talking about a nation. See, if you don't talk, if we don't empower each other in conversation and let them know that, why he going to stop? Now he got something to say. You know what? I got that. Notate it. Notate it. You ain't got to worry about me doing it no more. But if we don't explain it in a way that he see the detriment of his behavior, why would he stop? But, nigga, you crazy, nigga, you crazy. No, nigga, you crazy. You destroying the nation. Be like, I'll handle you my damn self. Because you gotta get him to see the detriment of what he doing. Why y'all think our people so distracted? Because we think it's nothing. Everybody's doing it. It's gotta stop. It's gotta stop by us. Where they show the map? Of the Turkish? I want to see. Was it the early map of them? That's Anatolia. That's the Anatolia right here. Crete, Cyprus, which would have been Turkey. Persian Empire gonna be Iran. Got the Black Sea over here. Cyprus. This is what the Greek done came down and took from us. See, they didn't tell. Listen, they region ran all the way down as far as even parts of almost the Misraim that they call Egypt. And the reason why it's important for us to know this stuff is just look at how less we know about our people or the advancement ourselves. The fact that we were from the east, he separated us and put us in a region in the east. Because this is where the sun shines, with Kadim, where the Shamash come first. That's why we come in the synagogue. Let's look up what that, the sun again. Let's put it up there right quick. Let's see the purpose of why he put us in the place we were at. See, a lot of our people don't know why we lost in the place where we at. Why he put it, then you want to look at this. You want to consider where you at versus where he put you at. We can root back to the synagogues. Was it the synagogue? Son again. Put in son again. Oh, your synagogue, okay, to root it from now. Appreciate it. Basi, what number you on now? 89. He on 89. He got 100. How many was it? 101? Uh-oh. Half of them, he said half of them ain't gonna call back. You already heard enough. How many? He said a woman preacher left 4 messages. What she want? What she want? Oh, she want to encourage me in word. Tell her go on in Jesus' name. Yeah, Jesus ain't gonna do it no good no how. There's some of them, they know the truth too. So let's see. Look, these are the words here you start look over to, and they refer to the Son. Y'all see that? The Greeks, you see the Greeks show you the word son. We say sin. Let me see about that. See, the white man, how you pronounce this S-Y-N. So you'll say sin. Versus the Greeks will tell you that son. Guess what they put here mean? Together. Together, because the sun unite. People come out when the sun will come out. This is the Greeks. They're showing you something about yourself. They saw you in your worship. Son together. Listen, the Greek put again. So you said son again. He told you to say synagogue. The actual word son again. Look, together brings us together. That's what you're supposed to know. Now, what's key for you to know too is looking at Kadim, the east. The east is where the Shamash, that they'll call the sun, rises first. Which means when anything happened, when it came to Elohim, you saw it first. Where you at now? What is this called right here? The north? Wow. Guess what happened in the west? That's where it's going down at. See, the Shamash rises in the east. In the Kadim, it sets in the west, meaning it's over with. They put you in the over with place. Think about how calculated it was to put you somewhere totally opposite. You ain't northeast. You know what I'm saying? Think about where you at. You're west. You're completely away from what your name. See, people say, son, they say, son again, that's where the Jews at. That's not what it is. It means it brings us together. That's what the son, that's why we got synagogue. They try to figure this all the time. Why y'all the church? Every time I said, not church, synagogue. I mean, people try to they say, your church. I said, I don't have a church. I don't know why you keep saying, I said, I don't have a church. I said, I remember synagogue. Son again, we come together. This is what Paul do. It brings us together. All they got to do is show me when Yahushua went to church. Never forget, who's going to give you this information? Someone who's going to put you away from truth. The reason, because they looked at where you at. The name Asia is actually called Asawa. It means where the sun rises. When you hear Asia, what does Asia naturally come to your mind mean? Chinese. And that is not what it means. Completely mean. Asawa is the name. It means where the sun rises. When the Greeks came, they saw you. It was Asawa. They look at you're where the sun rises. This is Asawa. But then he came, they said Asia. And everything in your mind, when you think Asia, what? Chinese. Everything like this is Asian. Everything like this is Asian. Because you don't know. This is why we've been destroyed. I said, how you doing? You Asian. Ain't no damn Chinese. It don't even refer to no nationality. It refers to a region, a place. Can we look it up? It's just important. It ain't important for us to know this. This ain't my information. This is his information. I'm taking this man information. Look at that. 1300 from late Asia, from Greek, Asia, what's that? Speculated to be from, what's the Academe? I say that, Asu, to go out, to rise, in reference to thus the land of the, used by the early, of what later was known as Asia Minor. So see, this is how they get you and mess you up. They tell you, it actually means where the sun rises. See that? That's what they get you every time. You know what they tell you? You tell somebody something that make them upset. Stick it where? Sun don't rise. Where the nigga at? Where the sun don't rise. That's that better. Just say you tell me something insignificant. You know how I tell you you do that? Stick it where the sun don't rise. Where the sun don't shine? Yeah, same thing. Listen, if it don't shine, hold on, if it don't shine, it don't rise. It got to rise. I'm going to shine. Look at me. Look at my But see, now you think about it. So why you think it's so detrimental, and we don't look at the region itself is the major occurrence of why we so destructive? Because you're not where your body can really get the enrichment from the Shamash. See, listen, when the Shema hit this, it don't hurt up one time. It actually fuels us. This is what got. This is what's sad, and I'm guilty of it. The nigga takes vitamin D. This is what you get from the Shamash. It would make no sense for me to go to Asawa. It would make no sense for me to go to Africa, which is a Kibalon, and try to sell them vitamin D. Because it comes from the Shamash. Y'all got it. It comes from the Shamash. It feeds our melon. the human eye skin, but now you sit here and we wonder why we're so sick, why we're so depleted, why some of the diseases we get because we separated. Now you can say this, and which is true, people that's in Akibalan, that they'll call Africa, and it's argumentative on definition and where it comes from, okay? But when you look at them, why they're sick, because they're being inflated with diseases from Westerners. Who medicates them? Who's always flying over here to get them stuff? Wow. Wow. First it came in ships, now it come on planes. The ship work, when they came on ships, did they help us? Now they're helping us on planes. It's the same people. And so now it makes it unattractive to go to Akibalan. It makes it unattractive to be there. Because you look at the people sick, the people poor, they don't have running water. That's only because of the West. That's only because of the European influence, because they're constantly taking from them. But whenever these people need gold, whenever they need minerals or oil, where they go? Straight to Africa. Straight to Africa. And that's how they get you, but they won't tell you that. Soon as Russia started losing the war in the beginning, Russia ran straight to Somalia and took the gold. Straight to Somalia and started taking gold. Now you want to ask yourself, what's your identity? Right, what's your thinking of Somalia? Rich, wealthy, well-to-do? Poverty-stricken. So how Russia know to go there and get gold from them? How much gold you think? I know you don't. I'm just saying, you're a country, you going to Somalia to get gold. What you feel they probably got about 2 bricks? What y'all figure? How many bricks they probably got a couple of, probably about 2 or 3 necklaces? Exactly. So that show you so think about that. If the people there could access the wealth, where would they be? See, that bad when people have nothing to do with you, but in a crisis, I do what the Spaniards did when they came to Africa. I took your gold. I took your gold and I built my country and my wealth. Stuff that you have. That's what hurt us. You don't know your wealth. You don't know. Let me ask you, look at him. LeBron James. Judge, I think you remember him in Ohio playing basketball, high school playing basketball, growing up and doing. Anybody thought they'd have seen him in high school that his net worth would be over $1 billion? White people did. They let him skip college, come to NBA basketball, get a shoe deal for $1 billion. That's not his pay for basketball. So what that tell me about the quote-unquote nigga and knowing his net worth? There's no way he can know his wealth. There's no way we could have looked at him on that basketball court and said, that boy, that worth $1 billion just in shoes. That boy, that worth hundreds of millions of dollars playing basketball. That boy worth hundreds of millions of dollars in other endorsements. See that? That's why you keep being destroyed, because you don't know your net worth. White people see more in you than what you see in yourself. That's why you got to stop letting other people value you. Now you think about that. If they gave him $1 billion for them shoes, how much was he really worth? Let's just be honest. Let's be fair. Let's be fair. I'll be fair. If they gave him $1 billion, that's probably all the money Nike got. Nike probably made about $1 million. They ain't possible because they liked him and they want to see him get on his feet. Is that not possible that Nike made $1 million? And the billion they gave him was like, because they want to see him do well? Make up for slavery? They made billions and billions and billions. They wouldn't even make 50, they wouldn't even split half with him. If he get $1 billion lifetime, they got billions. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. This is what showed you that the people that deal with you see and know more about you than you know about yourself. That's why you got to stop trusting everybody else to tell you about you. Y'all got it. Every time, even these celebrities, they are all made money. And then the money they made is a trinket to the people that own them. Whitney Houston should have made plenty of money. How much money y'all think Clyde made? Whitney made what Clyde made? Clyde still running Brandon, still got other folks. Clyde American Idol. Clyde studied this old cracker. What would name his album? What instrument did he play? See, white people learn how to make their money from running you. That's why you can't afford for nobody else to be over you now. We got to sit out and educate our people. It's not wrong with somebody coming and saying, I'm invested in you to help you get somewhere, but hell, when I own your name, your drawers, every time you open your mouth, when you sneeze, the tissue you wipe your ass with, that's way too much. That's way too much. Please let me hold my tissue. Please let me keep my tissue. You can't have nothing. Do y'all understand these people strip you of everything, even your humanity? That you can't even call yourself your birth name? This boy, Ye, got to change his name from country because they own his name? How did you get it? Who let you loose to let this judgment happen? And what got me, why I hate these athletes. Not everyone, I just hate them for the fact that it's one thing if I got burnt. What do I get out of watching the next people come behind me get beat? Somebody should have been put a stop on this. Somebody should have been said, the buck stop him. Don't sign. Don't sign. Do your own. Don't do it. You're going to lose everything. At least now, if you make that leap of faith, that's what you want to do, then it's on you. But don't let me jump in no hole because I don't know. At least let me know. Whenever they tell us about, look what they do to the man. They don't wreck the man's whole life. Whole life wreck. He'll never get it back. He'll never recover. Little by little, they're going to dwindle him down and they're going to set him up for a suicide run. That's what they do. He'll wind up killing himself. So you'll think. So you'll think. That's how they operate. See, they're going to make everybody look at it crazy instead of people paying attention. He talking. He's an idiot because he should have been empowering the people when he was singing. I told you the reason he don't get the support. Listen to the message he gave. What did he give our people of empowerment to make them say, I'll come out and I'll fight for that brother? What did he say to make women say, I'll stand with that brother? See, look at your message. That's what hurt him. What was your message? Now your message came back to hurt you. You never said nothing to your people of intelligence. You never educated your people. You never advanced your people. Now don't try to run us down when you run out here because you done got burnt. Your own white lawyer done told you, I'll kill you. Can you imagine? I got white attorney. I couldn't imagine my attorney tell me he'll kill me. Now he's still standing there. Now that he'll still be right there, he won't do it. Can you imagine that? Which means how much stuff have they done to you? That they've been plotting that he'll tell you your face, I'll make you come up missing. Your attorney? See that? Everybody they giving him have all been in the same network. So you keep thinking all these folks, I got this your trainer. I got this gonna be your agent. This gonna be all these people here gonna have you in a triangular crossfire. We just can't afford to trust nobody no more. We got to get back out here to let family handle it. We got to stay family. We got to work it out ourselves. And so you won't get it much money, but I can keep my integrity. Y'all got to keep my integrity. I like my integrity. I like being a stand-up. I don't have to bend on hold my butthole up. I love it. Isn't that right? That man got to walk around that butthole, open up like an elephant mouth. No, I ain't got time to do that. No, I ain't got time for that. Stand up and be a man. That we got to teach our people how to stand up and be men. They ain't keep being I'm just man, like they ain't got no integrity. They can't say about homosexual. They can't say nothing about white Jewish people because these folks control their whole life. Why you can say something about us? Right. We ain't taking nobody off no table. How be anti-Semitic when I'm Semitic? I speak the language. I'm from the region. Isn't that right? I'm against lies. Isn't that right? I'm anti against the hate that you giving against me. And all right, stop letting people program you and make you think you're a bad person by dating me and what they say. People of color should have been stood up telling we don't give a damn about the Kanye said. We give a damn about the fact that you disrespecting us. That everybody can shoot us, kill us, hang us, and put us away and nothing being done. Got to be addressed. That's good. We're going to get ready and talk to y'all about the book a little bit here. But I just need y'all to know that. So you'll stop believing in these people. See, so our people, the only thing you're going to believe is I had to give you the white man words. Look through his own book. This man put it here. Why these people ain't never told her that Asian ain't people with slant eyes? Why nobody never told her that? All the years we've been living. How many of y'all been to college? How many of y'all, when in college, did any of y'all in college, they told y'all that Asian don't refer to the people with slant eyes? 1, 2, 3 people. So what about everybody else? Because probably want a conversation. See, a lot of things on a need-to-know basis, and y'all probably got into a situation where it occurred to come up. But for the average of us, we need to know that. Because let me tell you something. I grew up in the 70s. People, quote-unquote, of color, were trying to be Afrocentric with the colors, with the hairdo, and niggas tried to be kung fu. Niggas wanted karate. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to play karate man. Because we'll do anything except for acknowledging ourselves. We'll do anything except for trying to be ourselves. You got what I'm saying? We just got to be able to talk and have real conversation and work toward trying to establish ourselves. We'll have a confidence in ourselves. Our young people need something to emulate. I'm being honest with you. They needed something to emulate. We ain't got to, listen, ain't nothing wrong with cartoons. I grew up and watched cartoons, and I thought it wasn't. But it's detrimental when I grew up as a man. I realized you really don't have anybody with a real character. We need somebody. I'm telling you, I'm going to invent. Whoop-ass nigga. He going to be the newest black ass. He going to be the newest whoop-ass nigga. He going to wear regular clothes. He just whoop-ass everywhere. I'm bringing Superman, all of them. Listen, I'm saying, all right, listen, we're going to put a whoop-ass nigga. He going to listen. He going to go in that phone booth. He going to be waiting. What he going to do, how they going to work. He going to be waiting to use the phone. And Superman, Clark Kent going to rub and running down. He going to whoop his ass. For disrespecting. It's gonna be a respect thing. I was right here waiting on the phone. Y'all got it. That's it. Yeah, and he gonna go on his own business. See, Superman can do that and work for somebody and never lose nothing. Peter Parker can do it, work for somebody. Whoop-ass nigga got to work for himself because he gonna get fired. Then he gonna go to work. Then we're gonna get the story. Gonna go how he got started. He working on the job. White man kept messing around with him, kept poking him. He kept telling him, "Gone on." Whoop that nigga tight. Gone on. I'm trying to tell you now. He wound up tearing his boss ass up and realized he had to go out on his own. And he gonna be going around saving folks. He gonna be saving black folks. That's that. Whoop ass nigga. Get it ready. First episode coming. So I'm the one I just taught out there. It's gonna come on to show you how. Because you always gotta go ahead and show how the superhero got started. He cracked him. No. Whoop ass nigga came from right here. Ain't that right? Whoop ass nigga. He about helping anybody too. Isn't that right? And then he gonna know how he got to come say how to talk to people. Yeah. Give a hey man, pull your pants up. Man, all right, you probably don't know who I am. I'm whoop ass nigga. Boy gonna pull his pants up and keep going. And he handing out belts too. Put his belt on. And I whoop ass, he trying to help people. Say I don't want to do that. Got a little bad girl miniskirt, got something put on, bring her dread down. Put this on, quit looking like a hoe. Whoop ass nigga got to come and say, they ain't ready for that one. They looking for somebody just know. He helping people. Isn't that right? Whoop ass nigga, break y'all something, help y'all something, get you a job, teach you how to fill out application, all that kind of stuff. Or he teach you how to do your own business. Y'all got to say, they just looking for somebody just go tab and just do stuff. Whoop ass nigga for helping folks. See that ready? We gonna get this cartoon rolling. Y'all ready? And all the kids gonna look. You grow up, they ask you in school who you wanna be, Superman, Batman, right? I wanna be whoop ass nigga. I'm tired of folk messing with me. Isn't that right? All the kids growing up want to be whoop-ass nigga. Isn't that right? And nobody mess with him. Isn't that right? He about helping folk, putting stuff together. Isn't that right? Whoop-ass nigga, get it on, got it on play. Peter Parker, he's leaning on their mama. All that shit you swinging, go get you somewhere to stay. I don't need anybody jumping in out my window. You walk your ass out this door. Said whoop-ass nigga going out the door. He got a nice car, got his rims and stuff on now. Isn't that right? Listen, we want him to be let me tell you why. He don't need to be some like far-fetched out. Come out from another planet. He need to be from him. He need to go from right here and free. We ain't gonna go. He come from no air. We don't need to know. We need to build up our confidence for us right here. We know we have an attack, Mr. Kubalon, but we need to know about something being done for us right here. Y'all got it? All right, we'll show whoop ass nigga a cook up a brick of cocaine. He said, but I'm not gonna sell it. I just want to show y'all if things get tight, he'll get this brick and he'll bury it. I know how to call it. The kid will block that part. Y'all can't watch that one yet. That's for the older people. That's for the adults on that cartoon right now. All right, let's go here. Y'all ain't gonna have me messed up. All right, come on, let's look at this. Y'all crazy. This is Romans chapter 15, verse 4. What we're using here is called Beth HaMashiach. This is a program we use versus the King James Perversion. I do try to encourage people periodically to use the King James Perversion. And I call it perversion because you can start seeing all of the defects that you actually have in it. When the King James Version was put together, people need to actually look at what was the intent when they actually came up with the King James Version. The King James, I call it perversion. The King James Version wasn't written, because when I came along, people told me, well, the King James Version was, a more accurate version, and that's not actually true. The King James Version was written because they were trying to solidify the position of the Catholic Church. After the Protestant movement, when they broke away from breaking away from Catholicism, but still under Catholicism, they needed to secure the Catholic position. That's why you'll find, I think in the 19th chapter of the book of Matthew, they'll call Matthew, you'll find when the young man came to meet Yahushua, he asked him, what must he do to be saved? He started reading out the commandments. When you'll read, you'll see the ones that won't be in there. One in particular is remember the Shabbat. And because the Catholic Church was trying to establish, through Constantine, was trying to establish Sunday worship, you can't do that when you got a man talking to the Savior of the world and the Savior of the world saying, keep Shabbat. But if you remove that and say, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, which he committed, but he put it against you and made it look like these were things you weren't supposed to do, but your oppressor did it. He actually designed that version of the Bible in order to keep you oppressed at the same time trying to keep the Catholic Church. If you look at, there's not a South American country that don't have Catholicism. Give me one. Y'all help me out. Give me one. They all celebrate Christmas. Jamaican, dumb as shit. I always want to argue with folks. How the hell you celebrating Christmas? That's right. That's a European holiday. Yeah. It's a lie. Yeah. You go take a brand new newborn baby and lay it out there in some pine straw in the depth of winter and see if it make it. And you going to jail. Just stop it. Yeah. These are European holidays, then they use it to oppress our people, to teach them lies, to keep you down. It makes no sense for you to celebrate. It's a lie. It's a lie. And we keep further looking at it's for the kids. Listen, buy your kids stuff. Why you got to wait on these people to give you a date to buy your kids something? Piss poor parent. Hell, up in the first day of January. All right now, you ain't going to get nothing for Christmas. Hell, I got to wait 11 more months to get some drawers? Some school socks? Stop it. Everything that Christmas, I used to hear all the time, all right, Christmas. Quit threatening your kid with this European stuff. Buy your kids something, buy them something. You ain't got to tell no lie. That's right. Got to think, what you think the South Coast of my kid thinking a white man come down the chimney just leave shit him for free and we ain't even got no chimney? That's right. Kid, love the hell out of this white man. Hate your ass. Dear Jesus, please kill my daddy, my mama, and keep Santa Claus. That ain't make him hate your kid praying for you to die. That's right. I'm telling you, that kids hate, no kid don't pray against Santa Claus. They love it. He give you stuff for free. When a white man give you something for free? AIDS costs you. Crack costs you. Alcohol costs you. Imprisonment costs you. It costs you your life. It costs you a disconnect from your family. He's never giving you nothing for free. You got to watch that free stuff. So this is one of the programs we read, and we read it to go through. I'm not sold 100% on none of these people, but we go through and we read through and we try to make sure we identify. That's our goal, to identify, to make sure where we find inconsistency on any of these people. When it comes down to your salvation, you have to stay alert. You can't trust nobody. You can't afford to go nowhere and fall asleep no more and just let somebody just take you on no lullaby trip. We still don't know what happened to Snow White little ass. Talking about no apple. You know, any apples out of the 8, hell, they never went to sleep. I had to go to the bathroom. No good way that's damn crystal meth story. Now y'all probably let your kid, I don't let my kid watch those little crystal meth kids. Don't let them watch them. Snow White, none of that. Don't let them watch it. It's bad. It's just bad for them. I'm telling you, all right, y'all said you want. That stuff make you want to be white. It can never, all right, that's it. What you think every time you see the Prince and all that old kind of stuff happen, that made you look at your black skin and think positive about you? Man, like white folks stuff work out. See what I'm saying? You need stories about you. Ain't that right? All them 3 little pigs there. You need a little fat little girl named Piglet, but she doing something with herself. Exercising, slimming down. Yeah. We'll do y'all a little Piglet story with a black girl. We'll get y'all some stuff to help y'all. Taking care of herself, trying to get that more bounce to the ounce. Yeah. We'll get y'all a story about the pig. Yeah. They just need more positive stuff. You just need stuff about you more realistic. We know how many of y'all got family members, they call them pig. Well, you see, you need to write a story about y'all, we can write a story about pig. It can work out. We ain't got to make nothing negative. Ain't that right? All right, trying to help y'all out. Listen. This is Romans 15:4. Listen.
For whatever Nikatab before.
For whatever was written before.
Nikatab to Lamada.
See, that, and these are key reasons that we have to look at when we're reading. See, if you don't know why you're doing something, then you pretty much kind of leave yourself out there. You just kind of, You still, what people call searching, I don't call it searching, you just kind of out there. For us, I need to have a reason why. When I was given the Bible, and I'm told about it, they just said, read it. You just need to read the Bible. If you don't know what you read it and really how to access it and use it, it's not beneficial. It's like a dictionary. You give a dictionary to somebody. If I'm not looking for something, you just gave me a book with a bunch of words.
Right.
Because I don't know how to use it unless you teach me how to use it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that hurt us because we're giving us stuff and looking like, I'm trying to help you. I'm giving you information. I don't know how to use the information. So it becomes detrimental to me, okay? Let me show y'all something real quick. See if that Yeshayahu they call, see if that 28, I'm thinking of 28 and 10. They call it Isaiah, but the proper name is Yeshayahu. It means that Yahuwah is salvation. Or Yahuwah say, or Yahuwah deliver. So when we're looking at our books, it's important for us to understand and know what things are saying and how to reference information. Yasha, Yahoo. Let's see if it's 9, 28 and 9. Let me say that what I want. Okay, let's say 28 and 9. Listen what he asked.
To whom would he teach knowledge?
See, that's what he wanted. This is a question. We want to know, to whom shall he teach knowledge? Listen.
And to whom would he interpret the message?
And that's what we want to try. Who's going to be able to interpret the message? Listen.
Those just weaned from milk.
And?
Those just taken from the breast.
Go ahead.
For precept has been upon precept.
Okay.
Precept upon precept.
Uh-huh.
Line upon line.
Uh-huh.
Line upon line.
Uh-huh.
A little here.
And?
A little there.
And see, these are things that we have to start looking at. Let's look up what precept means by definition. A general rule intended to regulate behavior or thought. So they just gave a precept. What was y'all definition of precept before we looked it up? Anybody? What was your definition about precept? Concept? Anybody else? What was your definition? What was your thought? You just heard precept. Perception? See, that's all I think. But here we're looking at it's a general rule intended to regulate behavior or thought. So now Yahuwah is asking us a question. We'll go back and let's look at it. Are y'all right? Y'all need to write it down. Somebody can snap a picture and send in the thread so the other ones will have it if you need to, if you haven't wrote it down. So it's important to know words because he's saying something. How you going to know? A writ or a warrant. I didn't know you could find a writ or a warrant under precepts. I didn't, but I know it now. Which is a general rule intended to regulate behavior or thought. So now this is what you got to ask yourself about the so-called Negro. Why the so-called Negro is such in the, why he's so destructive, why he's so far behind, because he hadn't understood precepts. Now he's coming along trying to tell us who he's going to teach. He said, who I'm going to teach? Who am I going to teach? First of all, they're going to have to be weaned from the breast. They're going to be drawn from, they're going to leave milk and they're going to be drawn from the breast, which means they can't be a babe no more. See, when it comes down to us, a lot of us are unskilled, which means it leaves us as a babe. And he said, I can't teach you until you leave these elementary principles. Our people still struggling about Jesus in church. Church is the worst thing ever happened to the so-called Negro. That's just being honest. This has hurt us. Everybody had played us and manipulated us. Everybody done played us. So if you don't start viewing people the way you need to view them and stop viewing yourself the way you view yourself, you're not going to advance yourself. Quit thinking everybody's trying to help you. These people are not trying to help you. Listen, all of these other nations all have played a part in the hidden truth about you. All of these nations play a part. And you can sit around and play with them. We got niggas here. They run out and, yeah, I'm going here. I'm running Chinese. Chinese don't want no damn niggas. That's right. Yeah, okay. Anytime how many of y'all ever seen nude with Chinese people? Anybody seen anything or TV? How many blacks you seen on it? I don't know why niggas keep running on here thinking these folks want them. They don't want you. There's no nation that wants you. None. Hell, we don't want you. What make you think when your mom and daddy get rid of you, somebody else wants you? My mom used to get mad. She tell, go out there. Hell, don't nobody else want you. She wasn't lying. I come right on back home. Folks will put up with you for a little bit. You come right back home. Folks, I don't know what make you think you so wanted. Nobody don't want you. He made you undesirable. Nobody wants you. Listen, even in the animal kingdom, nobody keeps another animal there that can't hunt, kill, or protect, or watch over. There's no need to keep you. There's absolutely no reason to keep you. These are the things you guys have to consider. They took away all of your skill level set from you, so nobody desires you. What made you desirable? What the fact you were builders, you were mathematicians. You know what I'm saying? You understood psychology, you knew science. You know what I'm saying? You knew different food types and medicine. So hell, everybody wanted you. I need my nation to survive. I need to bring you and implant you here. Once they took your goods and took your ability, hell, you can get out of here. What? Let me tell y'all what y'all can do. Y'all ready for this? Y'all can take y'all ass back to Africa. Wouldn't that have been good he told us soon we got here? Best time to told us. Best to hell, we'd have swam half the way. We were still in shape. We'd have swam half the way. Isn't that right? But look when he tell it to you. When you got all my skills, it's like a man, he get a woman, fine, she doing all that, she work, he get her, take her from the job, she doing her, give her 15 kids, tell her, hell, go on out there in the street then. Go on out there and get another nigga. What nigga want her with 15 kids? Ass can't fit between him. That's the time to tell her. She said, I wish you to told me when I was still working. Before I got all these kids. That's what he did. He waited till you were damaged good to tell you to go back to Africa. Now he makes it look like, oh, I ain't holding you back. You ain't happy here? Who could be? See, I got that. A general rule intended to regulate or the way I think. See, I don't think the way he wants me to think because I've been programmed by a system. I've been programmed by a system. His television. Everything he done gave me programmed. His music. What music he gonna let me listen to? Before I got into, we had a lot of our quote unquote black singers in the 70s started to come along, but 60s kind of back, they was on the Chitlin circuit. Help them out. They was on the Chitlin circuit. You weren't finna hear them on no V103 and stuff like that way back. You weren't hearing them. They was on the Chitlin circuit. They were down low channels. When you listen to stuff, you can hear white folks on. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, rock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Man, shut your ass. Wasting time. How that thing on? Ain't one talking about now. Oh, don't be cool. Do I love that true? You're like, what? Hey, you had to interpret jibber jabber. But this is how you've been played for so long. He only brought you out and moved you from the Chitlin circuit on his big boy because he owns you. These niggas think hell. White folks always listen to us. Our music was always listened to. We've never had a time they hadn't listened to us. Even when we were slaves, our people were slaves, when they were playing the banjo, when they were playing the fiddle, when they were sitting down here, they were playing the harmonica, they always listen to you. They just learn how to own you even more. They let you go from property on their property, but now they own the property you own and they own the lyrics you sing. Facts. And they own your name. Facts. Hell, you worse of a slave than you was then. Come on, let's go back and look at this right quick. Listen, for a precept has to be upon, and what a precept? General rule intended for behavior. So get what happened? The way you think and the way you conduct yourself have to correspond. That has to be a rule, the way you think and the way you operate. He said, I can't think one way and do something different. He says, it's got to be. It's got to be. The way you think is the way you have to maintain yourself. See, they got you thinking something ain't popular. Everybody say right now, I am a millionaire. Now, what the hell our broke ass said that for? What our broke ass said that for? But they get us with that. So guess what happened now? Precept ain't on precept. It ain't on precept. But see, it's not practical. It's not practical. But you can be in a society that, guess what? If the rest of us are, you won't ever be without. Our book taught us that. He said the poor never going to cease from among us. I'll be the last person to teach all our people how to be rich. I teach our people how we'll work together as a society. We'll all eat. We'll all stand together. We'll keep homeless from among us. That we can do. It's no way possible for all of us to be rich. He said the poor never cease from among you. He said, therefore, yum yum wide. That's how we supposed to do. We supposed to be ready to distribute. That's how we advance our race and keep our race going and keep our people going. We gotta have this as a rule of thumb. Precept has to be upon precept, line upon line, line upon line. He'll live. That's how we gotta operate. Y'all got it? But now what he look at this, let's see the next verse. Listen.
Or with stammering lips, and with a foreign tongue shall he speak to his own.
Well, a stammering lip, and this is argumentative depending on who you read this from, because of disparagement of the lips, by the tongue, another, for they shall speak to this arm with another tongue. It's going to be another language. Another language he's going to speak to our people. And we found this to happen on the day of Ukar Shabuah. He said he's going to speak to that people. That was his goal and intent, to speak to that people with another tongue. Now, all these folks sitting in church, they're trying to do this. And the only problem you got too many different ethnicities that don't believe the same thing. See, all of the writings that we had to first look at when this book was written, it was written to one particular class of people. Y'all got it? That's the first thing. Everybody can join themselves to it, but it was not intended originally for everybody to that extent. It was only designated to one people. Y'all got it? And that one people was exclusive, and the word was. Now, anybody that came and sojourned and stayed with them, who took on the same belief and kept the same thing that they kept, became a part, which means precept, meaning they had to think the same way it was regulated. And they had to behave themselves the same way it was regulated. That's the only way to be Elohim's people. See, we think it's just been a color. You can't control the shade of color of your skin. There's no way possible to do that. It was given to one people at the first, and everybody did look at those people from the circumcision, that distinct them. People looked at from the color, well, it wouldn't make sense the color skin, because everybody would have been black, as they call it, which the actual color is called Shakur. That's why his name was Tupac Shakur. Shakur is actually a Hebrew word for our color. People didn't know that. White folks are making them call him Tupacs. Anything insult you. Anything insult you, they're the Mr. Tupac Shakur. But white people can name Billy and call all their little names Suella, and all their names be properly pronounced correctly. But it comes up, it's always an insult. It's already in a derogatory way, but that's our fault for allowing them to do it. So what we do out of fear, it makes sure we get a good Christian name. I had to meet with the FBI one time. They asked me one time my name. They said, is that your Christian name? I said, my what name? Yeah, they said, that's your Christian name. I'm a Christian name. Hey, that's a blip. See, they look at, the fans say, you have to be named by them. That's the name they recognize. They want to know what name was given you by your oppressor. Okay, y'all can't believe it. Listen, this is the world we live in, folks. Until you wake up and start to deal with the reality of where you are, you can't make changes. This is why we're not advancing, because nobody want to acknowledge it to make changes. Look at where you are. Hello? Yes, sir. What the rapper said, the places you live and where you stay look like one great big alleyway. Y'all remember that? That was that don't push me, I'm close to the edge. That man was speaking knowledge up back then. You remember that Grandmaster Flash and the Fury 5? They were speaking knowledge. Back then they were right. They told you, don't push me. Why? And what he told you he about to do? And he said, what is like? You know what they said when you're in the jungle, ain't it? You got to fight to survive. Who put it? Why? Let me ask you a question. Why white people don't use that commentator? Just let me ask you a question. You know any white people? Okay. How many white people you know y'all had conversation? You said, man, it's like a jungle out here sometimes. Let me ask you a question. How about us? How many of us know people I said to use them connotation? So what's the mentality of the jungle? Let me ask you a question. We said, what's a jungle? So let's think about conversation word. It's like a jungle. The jungle is wild, untamed. So how am I conduct myself in a wild, untamed place? Civilized, socially. You got to change the mentality of our people or change the situation. True to fact. It is like a jungle for us. Then let's move out of the jungle. Let's do like George Jefferson Hill. Let's move on up. Ain't that right? We got to get to the deluxe apartment in the sky. That's just being there. Y'all see how things changed for George now? From when he lived next to Archie Bunker? He was a different man. So what you think happened to us when you move up from out this society? Well, we govern and regulate and medicate and educate ourselves. Come on. Then we can get out the jungle. We don't have that. The reason why whites don't have to have the conversation, because there are things put inside society socially for them to survive, to make it. There are programs. We need programs. Don't get that hell. Everybody pull up by no bootstraps. You can't use that hell. You were holding my damn shoes down. Don't tell me you pulled up by no bootstraps. No, my shoes your ass were pulling on. These folks have never got nowhere had it not been for us. Then you have to create a way, create a society, create a language that works for you, just like you just learned. They created their own names. They created their own language, their own identity. Hell, they call yours Ebonic. Which is close to ignorant. You know what I'm saying? They got to see anything you got, they'll assassinate it. You know what I'm saying? They'll discredit it. Nobody acknowledges Ebonics. They said that's a language for uneducated people. How many of y'all familiar with the Berber people? The Berbers. 1, 2, 3. 3 people. Tell them what the Berber people are. Tell them what they are. North African, Moroccans. That's exactly. They raised up against Rome. Berber is a name they got from their oppressor. Their name is Amazon. A-M-A-Z-I-G-H. Amazon. Berber is a derogatory name. Y'all know what Amazon means? It means free man. That's what they name themselves, free man. You know who will call themselves free man? Somebody been captive. Right. What kind of pride you think you have if your name free man? What you think you ain't gonna let happen to you if your name free man? What you think having your name nigga? What you think having your name black, color, sub-Saharan Negro? What that mean to you? See, every name you ever got always been an insult. Berber, all this shit is an insult. That's for carpet.
Yeah, that's right.
That's for carpet. That's not your name. You're not Berber. That's what white people call you. That's what they'll call you with because they looked at you and they looked at you being there, and that's a derogatory name toward people that's Islamic, Muslim. I'm not a Muslim.
That's right.
I must correct this.
That's right.
You get $5 as soon as I can borrow it. I said as soon as I can borrow it. I know I ain't gonna be able to borrow that many $5. Just for the record. Let's look it up. Amazon. No, you put an A. They do have it with an I too, but you know who do it when they put the I. You know what they do with it. It's also an A. See, which is a race. Let's see. The Amazon, see they put it in the plural. Amazon are said to be the indigenous people of Morocco, either having mythological origin or immigrating from Yemen, Syria, Lebanon, Nigeria, which they had Niger before, so everybody got held on. So let's see, Berber identity movement, the challenge to North Africa states. So this is a name they actually gave them. The Berber name is actually given to them, and that's not the name they named themselves. This is what white people will call you, B-E-R, Berber, nothing. Absolutely, sir. That's what it is. That's right, barbarian. That's all it is. I'm telling you that. That's what the white man call you, a barbarian. So the people call themselves Berber, you're saying you're a barbarian. That's what the white man said about you. You're a barbarian. You conquered him. So why would what good name I'm calling? What I'm calling you, champ? What I'm gonna tell you, you the man? You're a barbarian. That's the only reason you beat me. You're just a wild animal, you Berber. Another name for blacks. Everything to insult you. So you ain't gonna ever feel good about yourself when all your history has been taught. And like you're saying, when they were taught, did they tell y'all that was an insult? The Berber. So they give us just enough though. So we got the knowledge. They were North African. They conquered. They were from Morocco. They were white man said, yeah, you doing good, nigga, Berber. Ain't you from out that Berber? So you don't know when you're being insulted. That's what hurt us. See, that's why the people in Australia, they became upset with them being called Aborigines, because that's not a name. The word ab means no in Latin. So they stood up against them about 3 years ago and told them they were done. Listen, they came out against it, told them, they said don't call us that no more. Everybody's starting to catch on. They said, no, you're the Aborigine. How many people didn't know that the word ab means no? A lot of y'all know y'all been taught. That's what ab means, no. Ab, A-B means no. Let them see what it means. Let's look at it. I don't want to be well, now what we're doing, we want to empower our people that when you have information, you can say you seen it. Nobody didn't just tell you. So that's how they beat you. Where you get that from? He was lying, and now you can't remember you seen it. But nobody can't take from you what you know and what you seen now. That's how you get your power back.
That's right.
Ab. Away from. You look at Aboriginal, where they got the word Aboriginal from. It should show the Latin. This sure come from the Latin. So it's from the Latin, ab, A-B, from the Latin. Look at Aboriginal, where you should pull up the information about why they came away from the word Aborigines. Aboriginal. No, this is what they told us. Look, inhabiting or existing in a land from the earliest time or from before the arrival of the colonials. Indigenous, which is not the actual word. You should look where they show you what ab is actually means no. Now they're going to tell you Aborigines, original inhabitant. This is what they tell us to make us a fool to keep us from fighting, but this is not the actual word. This is Google. Google give you exactly what you need to know. Look it up, you'll see ab is actually no. See, this is why he gets you. Just because you see something and he shares you a definition, don't ever get, that's what I do to him. Like when I saw Berber, I couldn't stop at Berber. Moors, I can't stop at Moors. I look his stuff up and go further. He'll only get, he know us. Soon we look at word, we see the definition, we comfortable, aren't we? I seen enough and keep moving. You have to go back and look at the etymology. You have to go back further than what he gives you. He only gives you enough. Google is suggestive. Always look at, whenever you put something in Google, Google already know how much they're going to show you. We're going to typically go with the first 2 or 3 we see or 4. If I want to look up plumber, you think they're going to give me 1,000 plumbers? How many plumbers y'all figure in just say in Metro Atlanta? What, probably about 4 or 5? But they're gonna give me the top ones, who they're going to use. What, people that paid them? People that pay, people that got people that go and put them on. And now I'm automatically believe what? They got to be the best because they were at the top. Versus they paid the most money. They did the most manipulating. Because you can manipulate these sites. Y'all just don't know. These people know how, y'all have no idea what these people do. Y'all actually have no idea. They got people can go in here in these sites and they can manipulate the site and they know how to put these things at the top without paying a dime. So now what we're going to take a look at, the top is always number 1, right? That just means they're either the person that manipulated or paid the most money. But we automatically associate them with the best. That's how we lose every time. Well, I call you because you the first one popped up. I'm the first one that I spent the most money, I did the most manipulating. Okay? So don't just buy something because he told it to you. What the prefix, what are they saying? Hello? Do this, go etymology. We're not gonna worry about Google. Google gonna play with us anyway. Yeah. Word, forming, element, meaning, away from, off, down, denoting, disjunction, separation, departure from the Latin ab prefix, off, away from, in reference or space or distance, also a time, pi, was that Proto-Indonesian, European, root, apo, off, away, also source the Greek apo, away, off, away from. So that you call them Arabs, he's saying they're away from. They just said they were the original inhabitants. They're saying now from the Greek, from the Latin Arab actually stands for it's away from or off. So you off from or you away from it. So anyway it go, they always use something to play you to make a fool out of you. It's just we don't know it because we don't know how to source to watch them. But the people that are there actually looked at, they're not going to be denoted as no Aborigine, and that was not their original name. This is what they called them. See, we can say it doesn't mean that. I don't care what people, that's what they tell me, kind of like Smoking Raw. I don't care what they say about me. Why you don't care? I don't care what they do. Why you don't care? See, it might sound good to you because he's looking at being in love with a woman was more important than what people thought about him and how people treat him. See, what looked like a good song, you got to listen to what a person's saying. I'm telling you, don't worry about that. As long as you got somebody, it don't matter the whole damn world around you crumbling. It don't matter if you never going to be nobody, if you're not respected, long as you got her. Now you got her and you still ain't got your respect. You still ain't nobody. You still hadn't advanced. You got to start looking at why white people allow you to put music like this out. What are you saying? I'm telling you what they ain't going to let me do. They ain't going to let Justin, I'm going to use Justin, make no record about all white kids need to take something and kill themselves. Just do you think they'll let you make that song and put it out? I guarantee they'll let me make one saying all little black boys need to be gay. I guarantee they'll go #1, platinum. I guarantee you to come up. See, they'll let you make stuff that's destructive, that'll hinder your advancement as a people. Nobody else, the Chinese people not gonna let them make one saying, I'm gonna sew my eyes, so make a song. I'm finna sew my eyes so I can look like white people. Chinese people gonna say, no, we're not making, you're not making that. They're not taking away from that, takes away from us and our character. That's distinctive about us. But now you might, how many of y'all believe Chinese people would let them go ahead and make a song like that? A hot Chinese musician make one about, I'm Chinese, but I want to look white. I want to look black. I want to be black. All Chinese people need to be black. You think they'll let them make that? No. Why would I have somebody get up that look like me with blonde damn hair?
That's right.
Saying with purple hair singing to my people. Why?
That's right.
Why? And you don't want to say it's a fashion statement. It's showing that you hate who you are and what you look like. It's just being honest. It's just a thing we need to start looking at and look at how it hurts us as a people. But we so busy trying to make it, trying to dance, put our boogie shoes on, we hadn't looked at the real destruction that's been done to our people. What you find? The term Berber comes from the Greek barbarous. That's right, right now. Which in ancient Greeks mean non-Greek speaking or non-Greek people. The Romans also used the word to refer to their neighbors to the north. In Germany, roughly the area that is modern day Germany. I care less about them, as well as the Celtics, the Celts, would later be the Celtics. Some of y'all watch the basketball team, the Celtics. These were note to a god too. We'll go back to what we were reading from our book. So we look at him talking about speaking to our people. Go to the 29th chapter of the same book, 29 and 10, or 9. Cut the air down. I know y'all try to play y'all cold. Huh? Cut the air down. There's always some haters. Haters gonna hate. Who there? Oh, no, they're good, right? Oh, no, he ain't trying like that blowing over there. Ain't nothing wrong with that fat. It's like that chicken. Ain't nothing wrong with that chicken. That's them niggas. Now we cut it down a little. We'll cut it down a little bit. Let's see the 29 and 9. Let's see what it say. 10 is probably what I want. Let's see. Listen.
Wait and wonder. Blind yourselves and be blind. They come drunk, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink.
So now, and you know what's amazing? He talked about us being drunk with the cares of this world. So typically what we looked at is being drunk. Being drunk is actually not being in control of your faculties. Okay, that's what it means when they tell you you're drunk. You're not actually in control of your faculties, okay? So therefore you don't really control some of your actions, the conversation thing you're doing. The quote unquote, the so-called Negro had done just what he said, we become drunk. But it's not with wine. We stagger, but it's not because of drunkenness. And that's what this is what he's trying to get us to realize, because we've lacked this information and we've been subtracted from our Elohim and been divided from our Elohim. Look at the type of people and how destructive we are to ourselves. Look how much we lack. It takes so much time to come back and build our nation. Churches can actually go and have a session and be in for an hour, 30 minutes, hour, 10 minutes. They can take up money, quote unquote, get a message, choir sing 3 songs, and the people feeling rich because they're not giving them nothing. The people, when you empty, you'll take anything. Yeah. A lot of things people say they wouldn't eat. It's until you hungry enough. And they practice this to realize they put us in the starvation for knowledge that at this time any information to do. Right or wrong, long as I get something. Long as I feel like I'm hearing something, versus you're not looking at, there's certain things that feed you, just like your skin tone, your hair, your nails. It's amazing. They make pills, they make food that feeds your nails, your hair, your skin. You don't eat anything that actually feeds or enrich you in your hair. You actually don't. Everything they gave you, collard green. First time niggas see a collard green, that's my kill. We were eating collard green where we came from. I'm not against collard green, I eat them. I'm just saying a lot of foods you got them from people that have sat here and they're taking you and subtracting you from where you come from. So a lot of food that would have fed you and would have enriched you for knowledge. This is what you look at. They teach you fish is brain food. They start telling you milk is for building strong bones and everything. Look at what he came and did to milk now. Hell, over 60% of black people now lactose intolerant. Look what he did to a cow. He totally demolished it. Now you can't even get milk. He don't want you to have strong bone. He started looking at the time gonna come, I might wind up having to fight you. I don't want you to eat fish. I'm gonna have you ass at McDonald's down here and get that little fish fillet. You know, damn well you can't catch no fish, put no damn tartar sauce and no 2 pieces of bread on for no 99 cents. And put no paper on it. Don't no 7 cent tag. Hell, you know how much the bait it cost to catch the fish cost more than that. When you pull a square fish out the ocean, just stop it. This man done compiled some garbage meat from every other fish and compact together in a machine and done gave it to you and sprayed it down. And sprayed it down with some woman monthly and said, here you go, fish fillet. They tell me, that's it, I smell, that's my fish right there. Stop it. Just stop it. Folk done poison you. Everything he know that feeds you brain food. You know, we were coming out, he used to teach you certain things. Certain fruits, certain vegetables you eat to try to build bones and strength and help you for concentrating. Tell you how breakfast was the most important part of your day to think before you took tests. And you walk out here, you don't eat that all day. How many of y'all can tell you about how breakfast is the most important part of the day? How many of us don't eat breakfast? Now, the reason I'm telling you this, he taught you that and then he got us away from it. He told you your kids were taking the test. You know what he told they had to do? They need to go to sleep, good sleep, and get good rest, and they need to eat something. Think about it, so they can be fluent, so they can be efficient taking the test. Correct? How much sleep we typically get? 2, 3, 4 hours. What food we had to grab something on the go. Most of us, we in a drive. I'm just being honest. You ain't got time. I got to run through a drive-through, grab something. I got to keep going. So how productive am I as a person? See, although this is simple, you don't realize when you start doing it for a lifetime, how much it hurts you and why cancer and why so many things that come in just impeding your body. Because you continually eating processed food. Processed doesn't mean what you're thinking. Processed means they got other stuff in it. If you actually look at processed, that means this is scientifically done. That means this is cooked in a lab. The word process, people that think, you know, like it's a process, like when you're trying to do something, it takes time. That is not what process. Process means that it is chemically done. This is scientifically done. These restaurants are giving you scientific food. After they've taught us in school how important it was, your breakfast, your lunch had to be balanced. They will give you a half an apple. Isn't that right? You had to have some on here. You have your meat. You got to have that. You had to have a star. They might give you a little salad or something with it. They're like, and they gave you milk. So I'm trying to strengthen your bone. Now they look at, take it away from him. He won't even miss it. Make it look like the cow, the worst thing on the world. When the milk carried us through. Hell, not most of our night. One piece of cheese held our sinus and lock up. We grew up on cheese. I don't know how many grilled cheese. I ain't never had no stopped up nose for no cheese. Now I can't even eat dairy. Because he'll mess it because he want to keep me away from it. He goes and he gets it directly from the cow. See, he does what farmer did years ago. There was a difference on how they treated their cow versus one they sold. Now the milk he drank ain't the milk he gonna sell you. See, if you'll look at the milk that comes directly from the cow, they actually make it illegal under FDA. It said not to be consumed by humans. Y'all know people actually buy that milk and drink it. It's better for you. But he put on there that humans can't drink it. But for some reason, hell, you can eat some milk, drink some milk that he done put all kind of chemicals in it. He done cook. You can't cook. When you cook milk, you cook all of the stuff, the nutrients you need out of milk. Milk is not made to be cooked. That's what they get you. I drink organic milk. That's dumb because it's been cooked. Once you cook it, you just lost it. The bacteria in milk, there are some good. Like people try to brush their teeth to get bacteria. It's impossible to get all the bacteria out of your mouth. You need bacteria. You need good bacteria. Your body knows how to distinguish. There's a bad bacteria you need to get out that causes a disease. There's a good bacteria that come in and fight other diseases. What he does is he wipes every bacteria out of your mouth. Like those of y'all that might goggle every day, this bad. You just don't know it. If you're going to do that goggling stuff, you need to do that like once a week. Nobody taught us that. They told you to goggle every day because you want to kill every bacteria out of your mouth. Guess what just happened now? You just opened your body up, made it susceptible for other diseases to come in. See, why you thought you were smart, you really didn't know what you were doing. Why would he teach you that? Why would he want to educate you on how to do things and understand how things operate, how your body designed? What purpose he actually had in key for you? He'll never want you to know that. He just wants you to keep doing destructive manners to yourself. That's why we got to educate our people. This is 29 and 9, 10 now. That man put on a coat. That's scary. Listen to this. This is 29 and 10 of the book of Yeshayahu. Listen.
For Yahuwah has poured over you a ruach of deep sleep.
That's exactly where our people at. And not just sleep, we talking about deep sleep. We talking about not just a unconscious state. We talking about an unconscious state that puts you further back. Listen.
He has shut your the Nabaim, and he have covered your heads, the seers.
See what he done to you? He said, I put one on you that's deeper than what you think. You've gone further back than just a natural sleep. You know what I'm saying? I was so knocked, I ain't heard nothing. Have you ever heard that before?
Yep.
Folks said, man, we was in here, we came. You were like, I'll be honest with you. I was so knocked out, I ain't hear nothing. Yahuwah said, that's where you at now. That's why these people don't hear me now. Because he done poured out on them a spirit of really deep sleep. They further back than what they thinking. Listen.
The entire Kazum shall be to you like the Dabarim of a sealed scroll, which they give it to one knowing scroll, saying, please read this. He shall say, I cannot, for it is sealed.
That's why it's important for us to be taught to realize. Now, and this goes back to getting us to understand something. And another reason why to be sealed, first way, I got to draw you away from where you at.
Right.
When he talked about him that drawn who he was going to teach knowledge, what did he say he had to do to him? Drawn from the breast. And he got to stop doing milk. You know what Abraham, he took Abraham out of that house. He told him to get out of his Abba's house. Abraham learned the knowledge of Elohim when he got out. That's the same thing I got to get you away from. Because see, sometimes your family will hurt you. They'll cripple you. They'll keep you from where you need to be. Just being honest. He had to decide to get you away from it. I got to get you away from. A lot of people don't realize there's certain things you got to get away from and for you to get the intelligence that he got for you. And he told you, I get a book to these people. They call themselves scholars. They call themselves to have all this, who can unravel all these mysteries. He said, give it to them. He said, it's going to be just like a word of a book that's sealed. And when you give it to them, tell them to read it, they're going to have to tell you the truth. I can't. It's sealed. Listen.
And the scroll shall be given to one who does not know scrolls, saying, please read this.
And tell them we're going to tell them.
And he shall say, I do not know scrolls.
That's what we don't have to tell them. I don't know it. Y'all know how important it is to have somebody understand this?
Yes, sir.
He said, you give it these people, they got to understand these scrolls. You got to understand the book name. The book name has a lot of reference. If I want to know about deliverance, I got to know who does it. Yahuwah. Yahuwah's a deliverer. Yahuwah's a keeper. That's why I come to look in this book. I want to know about deliverance. I want to know about getting away. They gave you the book. And Mr. Timothy Town, we know we ran too. Easy book for everyone to read. Book of Songs. Book of Songs. That's a book about Tahalim. I'm in sad. I feel like I'm in captivity. I'm being held in. I needed to go and read about deliverance. I didn't know about getting away. I didn't know about escaping. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Are y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Let me tell y'all where we're at, okay? What our goal is. We're going to start with the help of Yahuwah. We're going to start going back. We're going to start looking back at our Torah. We're going back looking at our Torah. We're going to go back to look at what did he designate for us based upon what we know today from the information of Yahushua. We're going to see how these come together in contrast, okay? How these actions actually played a part into building us today, okay? The things they looked at, and I could see where if I'd have been in that time with the type of person I am, possibly I'd have questioned or even doubted or felt like a lot of things he gave us would have been like, really, it don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? When I say it don't make sense, we could be doing something else other than that until you see the coming of Yahushua and understand what he did and how it parallels into what he actually set up for us, so we will have an understanding. If that sounds far-fetched out for y'all, we'll dive into it and you'll see it all make perfectly good sense. And the problem had been is you had people that tried to rationalize what he told them just from what they would call the New Testament, but not understanding direction and understanding precepts, the original intent of what he meant for us to do. That's what we got to do. This goes back into looking at why he named us and how he established it for a reason. Other people came in and named you. Other people gave you characteristic ideas and gave you other attributes, but we got to break away from these people. See, he saw you. I'm just being honest, even from the clothing, being honest, we're going to have to break away from them. That's how I know we're going to have to. He's proven it too many times that we will have to eventually break away from them. in every aspect. When he looked and talked about in the 3rd chapter of the book of Yeshayahu, how he had discovered our secret parts and how he was going to uncover us and he was going to strip us down so he could come back and he could dress us the right way. That we were going to wear our own clothes and we were going to be called by what name that was? He said, by our own name. We had an original name. See, the problem is the name they gave us now is the name we're walking by. But they declared we're going to be called by his name, which would have been the original of what he would establish for us. For us, it's important for us to do that. See, just like you see other people don't allow you to name them. White people won't let me give them a deity. They won't let me go bring a crispy black God and come and give it to them and say, here you go. They're not going to take it. They say, we already have one. They have the one that they originated out from, the one that they stole off of from our Elohim, they fictionated. But yet with us, we Buddhists, everything. You know, all of them in one. I don't know where y'all get that from. I don't believe it, nor do I subscribe to that doctrine. I don't believe at all that these people tying us in one way or another, especially when they come down in religion, when they come down them talking about tying their gods into ours. It makes absolutely no sense. I know the other people have taken from us. These people robbers, they grave robbers. Okay. These people call themselves, let me tell you what, y'all don't know what an archaeologist is. It's a damn grave robber.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a long name. Archaeologist. I dig up other people's shit and take it and say I found it. It's called a grave robber. But the name sound good, Dave, when I put it on paper. And they call me professor.
Right, right.
That's what an archaeologist is. It's a damn grave robber. They tomb search. They ain't never like Indiana Jones. He always stole other folks' shit. They made Indiana Jones like he was here before. He always stole other folks' shit. Y'all see the last crew, they first started, ran out, that man came to his house and told the man, brought the police, they arrested him. That's my stuff. He tried to, I was trying, grave robbers. That's all they done. They going to Africa when they went to Misraim. What you think they were doing? They were going when they were going in the pyramids. They grave robbers. Then they asked come up and get art show and try to say, see, our archaeologists discovered this, caught the damn grave robber stole this shit. And we house it in here and charge people to come see it. But when you say stuff like archaeologists and discoveries, your ass fall for it. Just call it. This is some stolen shit right here, y'all. Y'all come in and watch it. Cause everybody, but see, when you say archaeologists, discoveries, all this stuff sound more professional. Hello? America just got through having to return some shit. Okay. Large amount. So people just came at them about some shit they got to return. Because they stole it. They keep all this stuff off American news. They just got, listen, they had to return a bunch of shit they done stole. They're grave robbers. Y'all people just don't know. But you see yourself in a different light. You see them as professional. You see them as right. Everything they got, these are nothing but gangs. What gangs do? All wear the same color. They got guns too. They'll call the police. They'll call the military. A lot of them but gangs.
That's right.
Hello? They can take them through boot camp. They take their ass through. I got to beat your ass. Make sure you ain't going to run. See, they'll organize and give it a badge, and they'll look different than other people. All I'm looking at what your intent is. If you taking from innocent people, hell, you ain't no different than a gang. Wow. Okay. Y'all don't want to say it. I understand you're afraid to think. That's how the system teach you. Y'all got it? If they were for truth and justice, they'll lock these white people up that still here, like Jerry Jones, the owner of the Cowboys. I've been told y'all saw that. I'm not, listen, they ain't moved me one time. I don't even talk about it. I don't know why. What I've been told you about these white folks? I told these damn folks still living. I don't know why they keep thinking, oh, all of them dead. They ass still here. Hey, but you know, Jerry Jones, woo, surprised me. I could never believe Jerry Jones out there and holding black people from going to school. Woe is me. All right, that's everyday work. And y'all got to understand something. That's the culture of America, okay? That's the culture of America. Until you change it, it's always going to be the same. They don't see nothing wrong with it because you don't see nothing wrong with it. Until you address it and you let people know it offends you and you stand with a force, nothing's going to change. Stop believing eventually they'll die off. What you think you do? You teach your kids your history. You teach your kids about their grandparents. You teach your kids about other people, and they get to meet other people in their family. So do they. So the behavior never changes because you're not against it. You don't stand up and emphatically resist it.
That's right.
You can't give them a rest. You can't settle because you get a damn check. A check ain't enough.
That's right.
That's his check. He write in his bank. You ain't hurt him with no damn money. He prints that shit in the room. How you gonna hurt me? I'm finna go in here and write some shit on a piece of paper. And the paper still come back to me. And then when I give it to all I do is create bills. That paper. Taxes. Other stuff and penalties you gotta pay. I'm inflate tickets. I'm inflate everything to get the money back at you. I'm gonna take cost of living up to rip it from you. So why you keep thinking money is gonna fix our problem? You have to distinguish yourself from these people. We need to communicate with our people. We need to talk, and there needs to be a consensus for the betterment of our people. That's the only way you're gonna move forward. Ain't no one person in position to speak for all of us.
That's right.
It has to be, listen, it has to be we have to communicate. People say, what you gonna do with all them people together? Hell, what he done with all of them?
That's right.
Don't tell me I can't do no better hell than what he done with all of us. We need to sound, we need to talk. I'll continue to keep that on the table. We need to discuss it. People need to have insight. People need to have advice. People need to advise on it. And you need to be able to stand your ass up with it when we get ready to go for it. If you open your mouth and say, you're going to be that right, shut your damn mouth. If you ain't going to be that, we don't want to hear that from you, shut your damn mouth. Y'all, this for you and your kid. This for you. This for every one of us. Hello? Y'all should all had that mind.
Yes, sir.
When they were going there, they realized when they were coming up, they knew it was a fight. Listen, Elohim had granted them a land, and nobody was going to give it to them. There were people already had it, and they felt like it was there. Elohim said, I done gave this to you.
Yes, sir.
Now you got to go up and you got to take it. I don't know why people keep thinking it made sense. If I just give it to you, you have nothing in it, you ain't got nothing to keep it. You need that. Why y'all think America fighting to keep America? Because they got whites that have died. They got whites and kids on hazard their lives. So they're going to fight to keep it. You live here, your kids are dying for nothing. Your men, your women are dying for nothing.
Right.
Hell, you fighting for some crack. The stuff we don't fall for, bullshit.
That's right.
Our people need to stand for some real principle.
That's right.
Equality and justice. Our older people need to be taken care of better than they've been taken care of. We don't even mention, we don't even think about it. Our people don't care about our old people. Hell no, we just want to give them $5 more. That's just it. We shouldn't have to wait till we die to get out of here and live better. Well, that's bad. That's a slave mind. It's going to be better when I get on the other side. Hell, I can make it a little better here. Till I get there, hell, don't mean I got to suffer my ass off while I'm here.
That's right.
I know all of he ain't got better. Hell, don't mean I got to suffer the worst of everything while I'm here. I can get some type of liberty while some kind of freedom, some type of equality. At least fight like I want to get somewhere better. Don't make sense just lay on my ass and keep talking about what I'm going to get later. And that's why we never advanced. We done tried it that way. I done tried it. I ain't going to lie. I done tried it. Let's just pray about it. All right, let's do it. Everybody bow your head. Let's pray. Give me some right now. I'm hurting. Broke, bills behind. Foreclosure. Sick. Need some shoes. Tired bad. All right, amen. How many of y'all got it? All right, I'm done with that one. I done tried it. Don't work. Gonna be some effort got to be put behind it. Anything you ask for, put an effort behind it. You got to put an effort behind it if that's what you want. Y'all got it? I'm just being honest. Your equality, there's going to be an effort behind it. You know how he going to give me the strength to get them shoes and get that? He give me the ability to get out in the mindset to do it. And he provides with that. I want equality for my people. He give me a mindset, give me the ability to say, you got to put something behind it. Let's see what happens. Let's see it right quick. I'll try to let y'all go. 23rd chapter of the book of All Aha Dabarim. I know people don't like it, but I guarantee they're right.
Yes, sir.
And you know what I'm going to start talking like this? As soon as we get liberty.
Yes, sir. That's right.
So I'm going to be talking like this for a long time. They say, I wish Tom Smith start talking like that. Get up quicker. I stop talking like it.
That's right.
See if that's 20. See if that's 20 and 1. Here we go. Hold on one second. Let's see if it's 21. That's what we're doing. Let's see. Listen.
When you go out to battle against your enemies and see horses and chariots and armed more numerous than you, do not be afraid of them.
Panic and run and quit.
Do not be afraid of them.
Mm-hmm.
For Yahuwah, your all, who brought you up from the Arats of Mizraim, is with you.
That's a confidence you got to have. So I'm with you. I'm with you in your struggle and your fight. I need you to put up an effort, though. See, the way they gave it to in Christianity is you don't have to do nothing. Just wait. Just sit there and he going to come and he going to do it. He going to do it all for you. He said you going out to fight against your enemy. And they're going to outnumber you, too, when you go out there. It's going to be more of them. You're going to see the horses, the chariot, and everything they got. You're not a military. You're just a nation of people. These people, nation, they're people that's built on destroying and holding and hampering people and taking their goods from them. He said when you see them, it's natural for you to be afraid. But don't be afraid. Because I'm with you.
Yes, sir.
I'm with you. So that meant something when Yahushua told them, Lo, I'm with you. Even to the end of their long. There's no reason for you to fear these people. You know what we fear? It's just like when Russia first went into Ukraine. How many of y'all felt like that was going to be a real quick war? I did. But when people put up resistance and fought against them, Russia said they're ready to talk. They said they're ready to negotiate. They just want to keep the land they done took so they can at least look like they walked off and got a faith. But see, they weren't the people everybody was thinking. Now, what if they did like the quote-unquote nigga and got scared and just fainted and went down? They'd have gave up their whole country. Now Russia want to negotiate and say, well, let me just keep the territories I took. Ukraine said, we ain't let you keep that. Said, we want Kyiv back too. We want what you took before. Back in 2004, they said, don't worry, we negotiate. Your ass got to get out of here. You and your troops got to get out of here. You can't shoot, and you got to get back all the property. That's the only way we'll negotiate. Why the nigga ready to negotiate and he ain't got no terms on the table? These people really not bad as y'all thinking they are. They only reason they be able to do what they do, we've been letting them. Man, you watch them film. One big old black man getting chased by some damn midget white folk. You know damn well that don't make no sense.
That's right.
He ran because of the fear they gave. Only reason them black men ran because they realized these folks, I ain't worried about it. I can whoop their ass, but then they're going to bring the police and the military, and they're going to take me in jail, they're going to kill me. And they're going to kill my family. They fought us under distress. We was under duress. So it looked like they were beating us out. It looked like they didn't beat us out. We ran, Uncle Ted. Back then, when you were growing up, and a white man would have hit you back then, what would have happened if you'd hit him back? Nothing would have happened if you'd hit him back. See that? And that's enough hypothetical. Back then, if a black man got hit by him, it was some black men swung back now. Make no mistake, something like they weren't going to get hit. But it wasn't without the cost of their life, though. It wasn't without them being mad. Listen, it ain't without them cutting their scrotum off. Always something to demand you. I mean, really different, cut your scrotum off. Do something that hurt you. This always cut your Johnson off. Hurt you some kind of way physically and your family. So now it strip you to where they can beat you and just look like you ain't a match. See, that's how they get you and they got fear from other black people. Them days over with. He let us know when we came out to war against our enemy. He said, don't be afraid of them because they're going to outnumber you because they're going to be more than them to you. Listen. He said, because I'm with you. Listen.
And it shall be, when you draw near to the battle, the Kohan shall come near and speak to the arm.
Come on.
He shall say to them, Shama, O Yasharal.
Listen, with the intent to do Yasharal.
You draw near to the battle against your enemies this yom.
What happened?
Do not let your Lord faint.
He said, don't let your Lord, don't let it. You know what's amazing? Everything you hear in Yahuwah told you that. Yahushua told you that. He said, don't let your Lord be troubled. He said, you believe in Elohim, believe also in me. He said, y'all coming to the battle. The Kohan, the one who lived, he said, the Kohan lived ought to keep knowledge. And the people should hear the Torah at his mouth. For he is the Malakir Elohim. He is the messenger of Elohim. I'm telling y'all now, don't let your heart faint. Yeah. Elohim is with us. Yes, listen.
Do not be afraid, nor panic, nor tremble before them.
Listen.
For Yahuwah, your all, is the one who goes with you.
Listen.
To fight for you against your enemies, to save you.
Listen.
The officers also shall speak to the armed, saying,
Say what?
who is the east that has built a new bed and has not dedicated it?
What are you telling them to do?
Let him depart and return to his bed.
Unless what happened?
Otherwise he might moot in the battle, and another east would dedicate it.
Let me ask you a question. Now I just heard not to be afraid, don't be scared, don't panic, don't tremble, because Yahuwah going to be with me. Now that's pretty confident. But now I'm hearing about us a chance I could die. If you got a house and you hadn't dedicated that house, he said, man, need to go back. Lest he die in the battle and somebody else get that house. Now, I'm going to tell you what's important about this. Keep reading.
Who is the east that has planted a vineyard and has not used its pari? Let him depart and return to his bed.
Tell him why.
Otherwise he might moot in the battle, and another east will use its pari.
You done put all that time in tearing that ground up, putting them seeds out there. And you know what the husband wait on? Who know what he wait on? That precious fruit. He wait on that precious fruit. And now I'm getting ready to go out here and fight. And what if I wind up getting killed, I don't get to eat it? Listen.
And who is the east that is engaged to a Shah who has not married her? Let him depart and return to his bed.
Why?
Otherwise he might moot in the battle, and another east would marry her.
See that? You mess around, you done promised, you looking to get married, you got your date set, got your tugs, she got a dress, invitation been set out, already done reserved it, paid for the vacation, done reserved the wedding room and everything, and damn, man, you got here and somehow you get killed, man, that's like, that done messed up everything. He said, go back. What happened?
Then the officers shall speak further to the armed and say, who is the east that is afraid and faint law? Let him depart and return to his bed, so that he might not make his law melt like his law.
See that? He said, how many of y'all just playing out just damn scared? Go ahead and leave, man, before you get somebody else scared. That's what he told him. It be flat. He might not be, I ain't got no house or nothing like that. I ain't got no girlfriend, nothing. I ain't got none of that. I'm just scared. He said, just go back, lest you make somebody else faint. Go ahead.
And it shall be, when the officers have finished speaking to the armed, they shall appoint commanders of armies at the head of the armed. When you come near to a city to fight against it, you call to it for shalom.
What happened?
And it shall be, if it answers shalom with you and opens to you, then it shall be that all the armed who are found in it shall become tributary to you and shall serve you.
And see the difference between us and them, we know how to treat people. See, before he would let us take anybody into captivity or we could rule over somebody, first of all, we had to be ruled over. You know, who know what we complain about the most? Hard taskmaster. How am I treat somebody I rule over? And he will always tell you that, don't you forget now, you were also a slave in Mizraim. So if anybody should know how to treat people that you were over, you should definitely know how, especially since you cried to me about it. Because you made no mistake. If they cry to me about you, I will come and I will visit you. And you see what we would do? We supposed to go there and kick the gate straight open and start killing folk. And what's left? What we supposed to tell to them? We offer them prosperity. We offer them wealth. And we offer them health. Now, if you don't want to take health, wealth, and success, ain't but one other thing to give you but the sword. So then you got to ask yourself, Yahuwah done came to you and said shalom to you. You should have opened your heart and let him in. And since you ain't, what's going to happen to you? See why they ain't getting that. What you think happened? He didn't come to us with a sword to fight with us. He came to offer us shalom, didn't he? And what were you supposed to do? You were supposed to open and let me come in. He told you I stand at the door and do what? And if any man open. And what I make my boy, and what I'm going to do with it? I'm going to eat with him. This help. This was because we're in a prosperous time. But you kept the door closed. I don't know why you did that. I don't know why you weren't open. Now I got to cut you.
That's right. That's right.
No, I got to cut you now. No, come on outside. Come on outside now. Now I got to cut you. You don't put them in that position. So you look at what we were offering people. We were giving you an opportunity where a man could go, a person could say, listen, all you got to do is submit and come under subjection, and everything will still work out for you. But the same thing with why things don't work out, we never submitted. Now, all this stuff he told these people to go back and do, this looked like a good way for a person to just go ahead and walk off and just give up. But let's look at it and just try to see. See if that the 19th chapter book of Matthew, y'all right quick, and I'll try to let y'all go. See that 19:23. Matthew, who they call Matthew. Try to get y'all out. Yahuwah willing. Let me say something. Matthew. Take me about 20. Say 20 right quick. We'll read that. Listen.
The young Ish said to him, I have kept all these things from my youth. What am I still lacking? Yahushua said to him, if you desire to be Talmud, go sell your possessions and give to the poor, and ye shall have treasure in Shamayim. Then come here and follow me.
Listen.
But it came to pass when the young Ish Shama this Debar, he became upset and went away, because he had much property. And Yahushua said to his Talmudim, Aman, I say to you, it is difficult for a rich Ish to enter into the Malkuth of Shamayim. Moreover, I say to you, it is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich Ish to enter into the Malkuth of Elohim. When the Talmudim Shama this, they were very astonished and said, then who is able to be saved? And Yahushua looked at them.
Let me ask you a question. That sound like, from hearing that saying, it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to be saved. They want to know who can be saved. Let's go with their theory. The eye of a needle, according to these white folk, is a place in Jerusalem where a camel fold his leg like that and crawl through on his belly. That's how you go through. If he can do that, then it's possible. Which means he had to be talking about a literal sewing needle eye. That's why he's saying it's hard for a rich man to go with his wealth, with his possession. Not saying a person having it, but if he used that to his credit, he's saying it's easier for a camel to go through a sewing eye of a needle than for that man or woman to get in. It makes no sense to say it's equivalent to a camel is doing. And they saying, wow, who can be saved? Because the camel got to go through in his stomach. That's how they go through. That don't make sense. Y'all understand what I'm saying? They tell you stuff to make it stupid. This is literally a sewing needle eye that you cannot go through, and a man that thinks his possessions and good will get him in, a camel, is easier for it to do that than for him to get in. This is not talking about being rich. If you believe that if you being rich, you're going to die, you can't be saved, you are retarded. If you think your riches, your wealth, your goods will save you, if you think they will get you in, it is impossible. Y'all got it? All right, come on.
And Yahushua looked at them and said to them, to the Bani of Anashim,
what did he say?
This matter is perplexing, but to Elohim, the whole matter is not perplexing.
Listen.
And Cuff answered and said to him, see, we have left everything behind to follow after you. What shall be our portion?
What's that?
And Yahushua said to them, Aman, I say to you, you who follow after me, in the renewal of creation, when Ben-Avish sits upon his throne of Kabod, you too shall sit upon 12 thrones, to mashpah the 12 matah of Yasharal. And any Ish who has left behind Beth, or Aki, or Akuth, or Abba, or Ain, or Ashah, or Benin, or fields, for my Shem's sake, he shall receive 100 times, and shall inherit Alam Kai.
The purpose why I had y'all look at this, because I want to tell y'all that this June, y'all might well get ready. We're approaching to the battle.
Yes, sir.
And everything that those people feel and they walked off from, for everybody that can't, he let them know, you can wind up dying in that battle. But he assured them, though, you can receive more than what you gave up.
Yes, sir.
See, everybody who walked off, they got that. He told you, go back, lest you lose that. Because that's where your heart at. You going back to that. He let them know, but everybody that done lost land and fields and all these things for my sake, he said in regeneration, you'll receive more. And most of all, you'll receive eternal Kai. See, those people walked out, and they should have walked out, because that's where their heart was. On the person, they believed in nouns. Person, place, and things. Y'all got it? We got to be verbs. We got to be by that action. Y'all hear me? That's just being honest. We got to be a verb. We got to be about action. See, those folk, they got hung up on the nouns. We can't get caught up on the nouns. Y'all got it? We can be on the noun, but it's going to have to be later. Y'all all right? They're going to have to be later. Ain't that right? I know that's just being honest with y'all. I wouldn't tell y'all, and I appreciate them telling that, because when you hear Yahuwah with you, this is what I need y'all to know and be confident about. Yahuwah, when you going through something, and if you keeping this just like he told you, that don't mean stuff ain't going to happen. He told you, he said I'm with you, but he still let them know you can still die. See, Christianity tell you, you can walk, nobody touch me, nobody do. That's not it. Why would Yahuwah say that Yahuwah was his ra'ah? What did he say? He won't lack. He make him to lie down, and he lead him beside, and he restore. Why he restored it? You should have kept it. Because I lost it, but he going to give it back to me. And he told you why he going to do it. For his name's sake. See, because he said, whoever monitor me, I can't put him to shame. I ain't going to let you be put. I got to give it back to you. So those people, that's why he told the people who left it. He said, I got to give it back to you. That looks bad. That's not even a good business deal. Run out here and die, don't get that. That's stupid. Why would I run out here? But if I say, but you're going to receive double. And I'm going to give you more life than what you had before. Come on, that's stupid. Why would you? I just gonna, because you're a retard. It don't even make sense. He let it fall. I'm going to restore that back to you. He said, yea, do I walk. Where was that? He was that street. He was Bourbon Street. What was that? Yea, do I walk down the street of Birmingham? What? The valley of what? You know what the valley is, right? Shadow of death. Annie Gray. What did he say he going to do? Where he get that from? He ain't going to feel no evil in the face of death. The Kohan. Let him know you listen, he went out to go in that battle. He let him know you're approaching the battle this day. He had to know, listen, he know I'm going to the bottom parts of the rod. He said, guess what? He said, I ain't going to feel nothing. You ain't going to believe why? Who know why? Just take a wild guess. Where he get that from? He with him. He with him. And even my dad, he with me. But I got to keep it like he said. I'm only trying to get y'all real out there. Don't run here like no stupid fool just think you something. If he with me, nothing going to happen. I got to understand he not just with me in life. He with me in moot to get me back. That's why he said he restored my soul for his shim's sake. So because of his name's sake, he can't let me look like no fool like him. See, if you do what he said do, he can't make you look like no fool. He said, I'm not going to look like no fool. If you doing what you're supposed to do, he said, I'm not going to make you look stupid. And I'm not going to look like no fool. They ain't going to put that on my name. I tell you how we win this war. Do what the man said do. Right. Quit thinking that can't happen. Yes, your car can still break down. Your motor can lock up. And he still be with you. Y'all got it. You'll be mad and you'll be pissed, but he'll get you the money to get Uber. Yes, so I'm still, you know what I'm going to be caught up on? And he with me while my engine blow up. I ain't stopping from getting around. I have somebody who works, you go on that same route. But you're going to be so pissed with me about your engine, you ain't looking at still provide. Still, and I've got less gas. And I ain't got to pay insurance because that car gone. But I'm so mad about that engine, I don't know what to do. I'm so frustrated with him, I thought he was with me. Still give you where you're going and cut some of your call. Still give him, but I don't like calling nobody. Hey, I know, he said, you don't like calling on me either, do you? See, a lot of times he breaking up for some of this stuff because we get so caught in it. If he with us, I should never need nobody. I should never want to. Just stop it. Just stop it. He was with them and still told them we're going to die. We look at he with us, I should never die. Death is imminent, folks. You just ain't got to die permanently. That's all we needed, understanding. That's what he was letting them guys know. That's why they was able to stand the way they stood. They knew. He said, I'm going to restore it to them. Guys walked off and left their family. They did the same thing that people did. You know what you're looking at? You're in a fight every day. You got to stand in their word. Every day you got to stand in their word. It's going to cause a division between you and somebody. Some people who been good with you, eventually ain't going to be good with you no more. The more you grow, the more you take, I'm telling you, they ain't going to be good with you forever. People good with you till it get that point, they're going to say, you know, I'm being with you. I've been tired of this. We're going to have to cut ways. That's why people don't realize why I do stuff I do and why I work. Because I know people ain't going to put up with me for long. I don't blame them. Because they look at me and they're like, yo, I had enough of it. That's it. And I don't want you to control, now you're going to stop it. I don't want to get to where I got to beg you and try to say, well, okay, I'm going to stop saying, I won't preach. Okay, I'm going to submit. I ain't going to be able to do that. I already know I'm approaching the battle.
That's right.
I already know. You know what he told me? I can't be afraid, and I ain't going to tremble.
That's right.
Y'all got it? I'm going to do just he said, and I ain't going to tremble either. Because he told me no. He said, I'm with you.
Yes, sir.
Well, I tell you why he told him. He said, I'm with you, even to the end of the long.
That's right.
Then they needed that confidence. You're a fool, you run out here, you ain't got that confidence. I need that man to sign out and say, I'm with you. As long as I'm doing right. He said, you know what, he'll be with me? That's all he told. You be with me. He said, I'll be with you. That's how we're going to do it. You be with me, I'll be with you. Don't run out here on your own now and try to grab him at the last minute. You be with him. He said, I'll be with you.
Yes, sir.
Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
That's two.